How it do, how it be, how it is, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. I hope you're all having a fantastic evening. We're jumping back into Terraform. It is Tuesday. Welcome in everybody who's piling in. Thank you everybody who's been showing up. Thank you everybody who's been watching the YouTube videos and getting caught up, and the fact that everybody keeps piling back in, even though we're going into year 6, baffles me. Thank you all so much for being here. You keep me going. Couple of announcements to get out of the way right out the gate. Modern Artifice, our amazing sponsor for the long shot community, does incredible artisanal dice, and you can use the code LONGSHOT for 10% off. Giuseppe is phenomenal, makes crazy dice, currently doing restocks. Currently we're lining up some giveaways for the future amongst the community, as well as cooking up ideas for the custom long shot dice that will be coming down the pipeline soon. I'm very excited. Cannot shout them out enough. Super cool peeps, good soup all around. Heinefall's coming up if you didn't know, and also big ups. Turns out a lot of people over at Heinefall watch Terraform. So what up, Heinefall peeps? I hope you're doing good. If you didn't know, we have some promo videos that go on during our breaks. So you might honestly catch a glimpse of yourself here and there on the videos. Who knows? Yeah, that's coming up November 6th. And it's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be so cool. I've got 2 outfits this time. I have schemes. I'm very excited. Taylor might be able to tell you a bit about it in a second. But if you have been enjoying these 3 weekly streamed campaigns, you can get caught up on the YouTube called Longshot. And if you would like to join our community, we're as chaotic as we are wholesome. Also, the phenomenal Annie who is our mod, who is one of our mods in our mod for Tuesday. Fantastic bean, has been helping us make short form content. You can find that from these episodes, and you can find that on the Instagram. What else? Discord. We have bingo. This was something that popped up, I want to say not last summer, but the summer prior, where the viewers, it's like fan ran bingo, and you can head over to the Discord and sink your teeth into that. I'm gonna beat you all. As well as join our phenomenal community that is as chaotic as it is wholesome. I'm Sir Feffers, the humble dungeon master of the long shot table, and it is my honor to introduce these wackadoos. So let's start with Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor and Tracy. You can find me everywhere as Taylor and Tracy. I am the writer and game master of the LARP Heinefall. We're a huge immersive LARP in Texas. LARPing's really cool if you've never done it before. It's kind of like D&D, but you get to play in person with a big community. So if you ever wanted to really experience, like, I don't know, writing a letter to a character in a game, and that character writes you a physical letter back, you can. That's one of the really cool things. You join guilds that even make their own custom heraldry and make their own wax stamps. So if you ever wanted to really play out being a character in a fictional world where you get to ask, like, one of these letters is to Merlin himself. Cool things like that. So check it out. You can go to heinefall.com, or all of the information is there. If you don't like reading, check out the video that was done on YouTube by the YouTube channel larping.org. They did a wonderful YouTube all about Heinefall, or video all about Heinefall, that goes through all the details, what's included, and all that fun stuff there. So highly recommend checking it out. I play Robin Ashfall. She is a tiefling rogue druid that does not truly understand that she's a druid and does magic. She's just kind of going through the world, figuring it out as she goes. She's 17. She's right on the cusp of becoming an 18-year-old, and she's very excited to not be considered a child anymore. I'll pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. You can find me everywhere as Shane Whalley. I have absolutely nothing going on.
That's not true. You're ridiculously handsome.
It doesn't mean I have stuff going on. Oh, I'm looking forward to Agatha tomorrow, so there's that.
Ooh.
Other than that, cool, Ben.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. I don't have anything going on. I'm on tour. I'm on tour right now. You can come find me on tour if you're in the Pacific Northwest or Sacramento, California, which is not the Pacific Northwest, but it is close enough for me to include it on the Pacific Northwest tour. So if you want to come see me in any of those places, or if you're in the Southeast, anywhere in the Southeast in November, if you're in Florida in December, or Florida in January.
All right. Last we left off, the party is in the island city of Pardon. It is known for being corrupt. It is known for being sideways-like in a lot of its approaches to how things go down. There's a lot of criminal underbelly. The wealthy elite do seem to be kind of shady in some way, shape, or form. Most of the party has met the Lady Elsro and paired the party with these two members of House Ryix, Island and Toril. The group that is forming is all invested in going out into the jungle of this island where the dragons were defeated by the gentry, to discover a whole lot of stuff. What's been going on with the strange disappearances? Where's Robin's brother? There's a lot of stuff going on. What happened to the mage breakers? What's going on out there? All that good stuff. And in the meantime, Sika found his merry way to the Steeps, a country club of a tavern where a lot of the very pompous and kind of snooty nobles were just kind of sitting around doing golf claps and stuff like that. And Sika turned it into an absolute rager. So first and foremost, Shane.
Hi. Right, I'm playing Sika. He's a bard, College of the Road. I totally forgot to say that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You get to pick the music. Is it for the rager?
Okay, I'm listening.
We've got this. Very Witcher 3 Gwent vibes.
Right.
We've got a little more chilled out, but still kind of taverny. Nope. Yep. Okay. Let me find it. It's right here. It's right here. Number one. All right, let's get it.
I feel like if you sped up that last one, I could see some satyrs dancing on tables to it for sure. But as it is, too slow.
Too slow. Where did it go? Oh my God. There we go. Bangers.
I'm gonna check off Beth can't find the right mood music
How
fast
dare
enough
that
for my
make it to
bingo
the
card.
Ow. Dang, gang. You didn't have to do me like that. I'd rather have the can't do math moment.
At it.
Yeah, so last we left off, Sika starts throwing the rager. Zito showed up and then decided to head over to where the estate that House Ryix is currently using, Ilan and Toril, and Robin started making their way back, making their way up to said steeps. Let's open with Robin. Your pass without a trace is still on, and it really goes to show because you're moving through the city and just you're enjoying the kind of anonymity, and then you're just less noticed overall. You're not even trying to sneak. You just have this +10 passively attached to you. And you get all the way up into this nice area of the island city of Pardon, which again is kind of horseshoe shaped in around this port that slowly goes uphill into the volcano mountainside. However, once you get to the steeps, You will have to stealth because unless you want to just talk your way through, which is valid because there's no reason for you not to be there.
My sneak is gonna be that like casual walk in, like this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, that would be a performance check though.
Oh, that's fine too.
Okay, let's get a performance check.
Okay, well, my performance isn't that high, but I'm confident in myself. 15 plus 2, 16, 17.
17. What's this? So you're just straight facing it. You're just very.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be here, definitely. Okay.
If I see someone that's at the door, I give a hey.
Yeah.
Hope your night's going good.
There's a really old gentleman who is currently playing cards with himself, and he kind of looks up, and there's a younger gentleman who goes, "Hi," and as you walk on through without any gum, the old man is just like, "Why you gotta be nice to everybody, man?" He's just like, "Well, I like being nice to everybody. You're a guard. You gotta be tough. You gotta put on it." No, I don't think that's necessary. You just gotta be eloquent. You just gotta be well spoken and communicate. And it kind of fades off into the distance as you make your way into these nicer cobblestone paths, and you can see a keep kind of built into the side of the mountain, and you can see way up at the top of the volcano. From here, you can see the manor that belongs to the Inquisition of the Stormfather, lofty, up in the clouds. Kind of got this dull orange glow in the clouds, due to the volcano. And down here at the steeps, you can see the clubhouse, which is very active. Very active. You can hear people moving around. You can hear people shouting and laughing and dancing. And past that building, down a little bit of a hill, you can see all these very nice estates that look super robbable. Not to tempt you, but there's a lot of just open awnings and big open like patio areas and a lot of big windows and stuff like that, and the doors don't look super sturdy. You wonder what the security is, because surely there must be. This is a corrupt city, but they don't seem to be outwardly taking that into account.
Okay, cool.
Into the steeps.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go, Robin's gonna head into this party that's going on, and she's going in with a couple of different objectives.
Okay.
One, she ain't gonna go down into these houses without kind of feeling out the clientele that's around here and then the people. Because I don't want to break into a house of somebody that's worked really hard to get to where they are and to earn their position.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm gonna go into a party. I'm looking for, the trust fund babies. Okay. I'm looking for the jerks, the Karens. I'm looking for the people that are mean to the wait staff, and I'm figuring out who they are. I want to see if they've got keys to their houses in their pockets, and I'm gonna do that little bit of scope my surrounding and pick my targets before I just go into someone's house.
Make a perception check or an insight check. Very different results based on which one you choose.
Okay.
As you enter into this town,
or perception. Oh, they're the same. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay. You move into this tavern, into this kind of clubhouse. Well,
this party's too good.
This party is banging. This party is going absolutely feral. There's a lot of people who are just completely unhinged. Like there's people just going nuts, getting really drunk and rowdy, people all moving about. And with a 9, you recognize that a lot of these people who are currently so fervent and partying so hard are not accustomed to partying this hard. And at the center of this whirlwind of chaos, being fed grapes while they play an instrument, surrounded by the rest of the band, is Sika. Orchestrating this absolute rager. Sika, you're munching on a grape. Paint me a word picture.
Sika at this point, his feet's not as sore as you would hope for being a telltale for a good party of the night. So it's not over yet. Laying back, friends beside him that he has just made, hopefully knowing that later on there'll be even more friends in their higher places, who knows. And he as he has them around, he's being fed these grapes, he decides to share them with the ones around him as well. And any of the he believes that he was given some special finer quality drinks because of what's going on, so he's going to also share that with the compatriots around him as well, to bring good favor with them.
Yes, excellent. And we've already doled out the money from this event that you've made.
Yes.
Some of that looks like just sponsorship, and some of that just looks like, good faith and from the tap. But there's also a certain amount of between you and the bartender, a bit of a deal made, because you are getting everyone to drink so heavily, you are getting a cut of said drinks.
Ooh.
That's kind of how that's working. Yeah.
I love it.
The faster they're having to pull down drinks and serve them out, the more money you're making.
Sylvia's gonna take with her. He's like, here, this is the absolutely best one. I'm only able to give a sip. If you want more, please go to the bar and let them know I sent you for it. And so he'll give each one of them just a taster drink of the most luscious.
And some of the people who are immediately around you kind of look at each other and yeah, and they start moving over to the bar and stuff like that. There's a bit of a refrain, a little bit of a calm moment amongst the storm as Robin makes her way into that kind of pocket, and the two of you, your eyes lock.
Oh, you're here! Hello.
Hi.
You need to either go fight or you need to go drink.
Drink would be that one. Fighting does kind of sound fun, though. What is the fighting? There's fighting.
There is a fighting pit in one corner. It looks horribly disused.
I have a better idea. Go drink and fight.
Smart.
Go drink and fight. If you do good, they clap, and you feel so great about yourself for accomplishments. It's wonderful.
Yes, normally being noticed is not what I go for, but I'll take your word for it.
Sika is going to reach into his pocket and pull out one of his fabrics that he has, and he's just going to slowly tear off some holes so she can wear it as a mask when she goes to fight. So this thing is going to be a royal purple with similar to a bit of gold filigree around the edges of it, and you can put it on as a whole hat, or just use it as two little eyes, but it will cover all ear up if you want. He just hands it to you. It's like, enjoy, go crazy, be secretive, learn some things. These people have money, and just enjoy.
I would say that at this point in time, as you're saying that, go ahead and roll another d20 for me. And just to emphasize the point, another small bag is discreetly handed to you.
Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please.
Just a d20.
Did I add anything?
Nope.
Oh, 14.
14 gold. Just off of your most recent push. I'm getting money.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Whoa.
You are seeing a bard in their natural habitat.
It's easy being kind, share the wealth, be good with people, share what you have, and
Sika
make
also
them
seems
feel
pretty inebriated.
Yeah.
Robin to herself is like, I don't even have one gold.
He takes out a gold and gives it to you.
She's ecstatic. She's so excited. She's like, I'm gonna go get so much to drink now. Oh, Zito's gonna be so mad.
You scamper across the room to the bar, and a drow elf. Sorry, not a drow elf. Now that I'm thinking about it, because the elves in this world are important to a certain plot.
Yeah.
Let's say
Human being.
What's that?
Human being.
Yeah. We're gonna go with a half-orc. A very well-dressed half-orc with the tusks slightly chiseled with ornate carvings, and a very well-to-do face, a little gaunt, a little refined in this kind of male corset, is just whipping, sliding out drinks and moving quickly, and he goes, "Ah, young miss, what can I do for you this day? Welcome to the Steeps."
Thank you so much. I would like a drink, please.
Of course. What kind of drink?
Whatever he's having, and I point back at Sika.
Whoa, the Rosalie, excellent! And he pulls out this kind of pomegranate liqueur that seems to have crystallized lime that he takes out and starts putting in the drink that seems to disintegrate into it. And he takes that and he starts shaking it, and he goes, "Whereabouts are the two of you from?"
Oh, we just traveled into town from the bridge.
Ah, the usual way then. How is the bridge?
I mean, they're still fixing it a bit from the tree stuff that happened.
Right, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Interesting.
How
Well,
are
that
you
will
doing
do it.
that?
Pop! There you go, dearie.
Thank you.
I'll start your time. What's your name?
Okay. Ash.
Ash. Good name, good name. Plenty of that around here.
What do you mean?
It's a volcano, dear.
Oh, right.
That's all right. Have a fantastic evening. You can call
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
And he turns, and then you hear the immediate "Good evening" just to the next person. I have no idea if pomegranate and lime would go together. The more I think about it, the more it might not actually. But
If you're doing
what do you think of the
crystallized,
drink?
if you're doing crystallized lime, and crystallized lime being a sugared lime, that will cut out the acidity between the two, hopefully.
Oh,
and
okay.
then so that should make it well. If you had like a grape juice or something to add to it to be more liquidizing.
Okay, you taste it. Rob needs a little grape juice. Needs a little something.
She's 17 and it's alcohol. It needs a lot of juice. She needs like 10 pounds of sugar in this. But she's gonna go with it.
Okay, excellent. Sika, what's the move?
Yes. Okay, so how many people can Sika see inside?
There are roughly 150 people in here.
Okay, so Sika is enthralled by the amount of gold that he's getting and falling a little bit into the greed.
Okay.
He is going to stand up and hopefully be able, and like he's gonna hopefully be able to get people's attention. So I'll be able to, and yes, people around. And
This is
like,
your party. This is
I know,
your
right?
scene.
He's like, "My friends," and does his blue sparks to make everyone's all flashy attention. My friends. He's like, "As you all are here and you are seeing how joyous we can be together, from those who fight," and he cheers for the people over the bar, "and those who like to drink, and those who like to dance, I bring to you the thing that I'm enjoying the most." And he holds up his drink, and it's like, "This thing will give the vitality you need for all things this evening. I promise you, one sip will bring you the happiest happy that you ever had tonight. Please go to the bartender, but also please go to yourself and find that joy that you have been missing oh so dear today. Make new friends, make new allies, but more of all, enjoy the vibe of this evening."
There's one like older gentleman in the back who has clearly had a lot to drink and is not accustomed to it. Who's just like,
I love it. I love it.
excellent. So let's cut over to Zito. Zito, this music is, it turns out, is very much still in the background. You can kind of still hear it, and you hear a distant, in the background. And oh man, there's gonna be a lot of hungover people.
God, I hope I don't have to deal with them.
you've been making your way towards Ilan and Toral's estate that they've been gifted to stay in during their duration here. You also know that they intend to head out in the morning into these jungles to go look at what they believe to be they want to find answers on what is going wrong with some of the rituals. A bunch of people have gone missing, and the Mage Breakers even went in to go find some stuff out, and they haven't returned either. So they have a vested interest in figuring out what's going on with that. You find your way to the building that was specified for you. Kind of this reflective black rock of a building. Almost like that kind of abstract brutalism, but in a penthouse kind of shape, if that makes sense. Just bougier, okay. And more windows.
Yeah.
Okay. What do? You can hear some voices within. You can make a perception check if you would like to try to eavesdrop on that.
No, I'll just walk in.
Okay. You go to walk in, and the doorknob unlatches, and you still. It's been jarred. It's been blocked.
Okay. I'll shout, and again, I'm in a hotel, so I cannot actually shout here.
Not
if
in
I
a
were
hotel.
home,
You're in like
sure.
a big neighborhood.
No. Ben Brainard is in a hotel right now.
Got you.
And therefore cannot shout, but would be shouting. Hey, open up. The door is blocked. Who's in there?
The voices kind of go silent, and you start to get a little suspicious. And then you hear some glass break, something, maybe a vase dropping.
I'm gonna try to bust the door in.
Okay, make a strength check. Athletics.
Lightning or dragon scale? I'll use the dragon scale one.
And he says, I kind of want to party with Shane. We all do. that's everybody.
That is a 16 athletics.
16 athletics. You do not break through this door. You gotta back up, kind of look at your options. You've got a big solid rock of a building, but a lot of entrances. Like I was saying earlier, there's not a lot of thought to security in these buildings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. The glass breaking. Would it have been like? The windows aren't really glass. They're not glass windows. They're just open.
This is a kind of jungle atmosphere, and so you get a lot of just kind of open windows without glass.
Okay. Yeah. The quickest path to this room.
You kind of step back, look to the side, and take a quick couple of steps, and then just kind of step over the railing into the room of this kind of open balcony area. And you can see what might be a servant of a kind, bound, and looks up at you. There's something over his mouth, and he goes. He starts trying to like scooch over to you.
And that's all? There's no one else in this room?
Make a perception check. There's no immediate person in this room. You can see 3 doors. One going to what looks like a kitchen. One looking like it goes towards that open foyer of the front door, and then another closed door.
Okay, I'm gonna use the inspiration you gave me. Because that was not a good roll. Oh, that's a marginally better roll. My perception. That is a 15 perception.
15 on the perception. Okay. Homie has not been injured. He has been restrained, bound, and gagged. You don't see any blood. You don't see any signs of foul play. You do see a strange mechanism that has been, it looks like artificing, where someone has, and it becomes a wall of metal
Gotcha.
that
Okay.
the door was smacking up against. Again, doesn't make any sense.
Can I try to shush the? I just want to shh and see if he can, like, if he'll get quiet enough for me to try to listen for footsteps or anything
Yeah, he gets real quiet.
necessarily.
You're listening. You don't hear any footsteps.
Okay. While I'm listening, I'll slowly move toward him and like undo.
Thank you. I don't.
Do I recognize this person?
Nope. This is probably just either the housekeeper, the butler, or someone who came in to clean the place. They don't have any nobility signs on them. They seem like of the lower class that comes in to clean or serve in some way.
Okay. What happened?
I was coming in to make sure that I was given some specific instructions to come in and make sure there was some additional niceties, specific types of drink. No one was here, and someone came up behind me and throttled me. I don't. And you can see that he's got a little bit of a reddening around his neck. His eyebrows have been somewhat scrubbed off as someone came up behind them, put a bag over their head and brought them to the ground. He's wide-eyed and scared. And he's calming down a little bit because big strong man is here. And he kind of gets closer to you. and like a little too close as he's just nervously looking around. They started sifting through stuff. There was two of them, and they spoke a language I didn't understand. I don't know what it was. This is just a human, by the way.
Okay. I'm gonna check him for further injury.
Further injury? I think
Just
he
a
might
quick
have
once over.
like a sprained ankle or something like that. He's a little hobbled. His movement speed is halved. But that might have been just the way he went down after he got tussled.
Sure.
Seems relatively uninjured, which is odd in its own way.
Within the context here, would it be weird that this person was asked to come here to spruce up the place?
It's unusual, but not out of the norm. It's someone was given an additional task last second, which implies maybe the rich were just being bougie, but there might be something else going on.
Okay. Who? I think I'm gonna try to like get this person to like walk with me so we can leave this room while we're having this conversation.
Manages to stay on his own way, but kind of just keeps up with you.
Not to be rude, but do you want me to carry you?
Tempting, big man, but no, I'll be okay. I've gotta keep some dignity here. And he starts trying to like straighten his hair and tucks his shirt back in, fixes his sleeves, and he's still just looking around everywhere. The place has been ransacked, but gently ransacked. Like some stuff has clearly been put back. Things are weird. Things are weird. Things are not connecting here. They could have killed this guy. They could have just ripped this place apart.
So this was, and things were put back. Does it maybe give the sense of like the people that did this did it very like They were deliberate. They came to the right place at the right time. They were looking for a very specific thing.
And you interrupted that. Because they were still here. And ran.
Yeah. Who was it that sent you over here for last second things?
Oh, that was what's the term I'm looking for? What's fantasy
Boss.
Management
Manager.
Yeah. That was the keeper of the book. Her name is Telly, and she just I was getting ready to go home for the night, and she had an extra little job for me. I pissed her off the other day when I made it clear that her opinion on cheese was bullshit. It was I thought I was being funny, but I clearly got on her bad side, so I've been doing extra bullshit duties. Who prefers Swiss? Who thinks Swiss is the best cheese? Come on.
Only crazy people.
That's what I'm saying.
Just kind of like an offhanded. As a service member, I'm very well aware of what it's like to be handed a lot of extra bullshit.
Sometimes you gotta embrace the suck.
A little FM goes a long way. Do you know, perchance, was there anything in this building worth stealing?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. He points out one of the nice busts in the corner of the room, made of a very like mastercraft, masterfully crafted. You can see a lot of really nice pieces of art. You can see a vault that has been exposed. Someone took the painting and put it gently aside, and that vault is open. But there's still stuff in it.
Am I picking up the sense that this is not the person that'd be able to tell me about, like, non-monetary goods?
Maybe he might be.
Is
able
this
to
the
tell you
kind of guy that's like,
you might have
I
to
don't
dig a
know,
little
man, I
deeper.
just work here?
No, he's trying to be helpful.
Okay.
And he's pointing out various things of value that could have been stolen. The personal effects were the first thing that I think they went through of the guests. He doesn't know their names. And he's like, that's over here. And he goes over to, he kind of limps over to that third closed door, and he opens it up, and a trap goes off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as he starts to open the door, if I could at least try to like push him out of the way of the door.
Make a dex check.
Okay.
As you catch what he's doing halfway through his sentence, and then and go for the shoulder check.
Dex check. Dude, this is the third 10 I've rolled in a row. Technically, it went 10, 5, 10, but the 5 was...
Okay.
10, 5, 10, 10, but I have a +1, so this is an 11 on the dex check.
An 11 fails, and you don't manage to make it in time as
Question.
a spell takes effect. Hang on. Oh, sorry, what's up?
I was just... Barbarian advantage on dex against effects that you can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Technically, it is a saving throw modifier, not just a check modifier.
Yes, does not apply here. And
Gotcha.
you don't technically see this coming, you just have a gut feeling. As the Feeble Mind spell is cast, and you watch this man's intelligence go plant level. He just goes, "Boo," and then he goes, oh, and then just gets checked by you, and it goes maybe a good 6 feet into the of airtime before crashing up against one of the couches, and he goes, oh. And then he looks up at you and goes, whoa.
Oh, that is not good.
A little bit drool, a little bit of snot.
Oh, hey. This trap that went off, does it look like a one-time?
It was an arcane trap that was set and has gone off, and you can see the fading runes that have been broken. And looking into the room, you see that this place has been proper tossed, and likely was where they were focusing before you showed up, and that's why you're able to hear. You see the broken glass of the vase on the floor as they made their quick exit. You're looking at Ilan and Toral's personal stuff.
Okay. Love that.
Annie, go ahead and post a picture of the ritual clothes that House Ryx uses during their draconic ceremonies of binding. If you guys would like to see the visuals, you can head over to the Discord, where we make sure you accept the rules. But there's a Terraform channel. Head down there and you'll be able to see some of the visual aids that we use for the show.
I'm going to look right now. Fire. And this is Ilan and Toral's stuff.
Yep.
But that was left.
Yeah, you see that. This is something that has been sifted through and discarded.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything around? Actually, yeah, I'll take the cloaks. Those seem important. Like, those seem to be fairly hold much significance. So I'm gonna take the cloaks and fold them up.
Okay.
As much as I can and put those in my bag. And then I want to just grab.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
You go to pick up the cloak, and as you pick it up and start folding it in your mind, you hear a cacophony of draconic growling.
I would know at this point that House Ryx does the binding with the dragon thing.
They are the ones in charge of the draconic rituals.
Okay, so I would like to just...
Riders.
Probably I would just say this out loud as well, but I mean no harm. I am working with Toral and Ilan. Someone has come obviously looking for them or something they are with. These cloaks have significance. I want to bring them to them. You can stay in my mind until then, if that would calm you down.
They seem to chill a little bit at the mention of the owners of the cloak. And they start doing this kind of reverberation, like hum groan.
Does it?
And again, this is all in your head.
Okay.
But the different tones interact with each other in a strange way. It kind of it's like bees kind of bouncing around your head a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just out loud narrate what I'm doing and do everything kind of slowly. Just there might be a proper way to fold these cloaks. I am unaware, but I do. It's easier to do this. And
they don't seem to react at all to how you fold the cloak. That'd be funny, but it's a little too on the nose for what these dudes are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. I'm gonna
You're
look
not
over
sure
at the
cloak sentient or if this is some weird other just byproduct of the magic within these ritual attire.
Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna look over at the guy, feeble-minded guy.
Whoa.
I am so sorry about your dignity.
And I'm just gonna grab him and throw him over my shoulder. And I'm gonna leave this place and where Ilan and Toril were at like the main house.
No, this is where you thought you would find them. They told you to come here. They would find you here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you found their stuff even, but they're not to be found.
Oh, I thought that there was like the main house and this was like a side one, so they should be
They
here
should
and
be
are
here
not.
and are not.
Oh, that's different. Okay. Okay, I'm back up a little bit then.
Because my plan, I was just gonna roll this stuff up and find the two of them.
Right.
I still want to grab the cloaks, but now there's a bit more urgency to it. So after I calm down the dragons,
I meant to find Ilan and Toril here. They are not here. Somebody else has come before I could get here. Is there any way that you have of communicating with Ilan and Toril?
You don't seem to be capable of communing with them in a way that you're getting any information out of it.
Perchance we have to make some sort of growl once for yes and twice for no. Can you help me locate them?
You do not get any cohesive information back.
Interesting. Okay.
is this the house where like everybody from House Ryx should have been?
No. This
Okay.
is simply the two members that have essentially been flown in to investigate were given this residency to reside in while they were here.
Gotcha.
So it's much
Okay,
more
I'll-
hotel-esque in that there will be a new person and who knows who it will be later that would live here.
Yeah, I'll grab the guy then, throw him over my shoulder. My next, I want to try to find the head of the guard that I met briefly.
Sure. You make your way you make your way out and back to the Rager.
It's like we're in two different campaigns.
Back to the banger. Sika, Robin, you guys are having a good time moving about, just kind of rubbing elbows with the wealthy, corrupt elite of the island city of Pardon. After asking, well, okay, let's ask this. Is there anything particularly you would like to be doing in this moment? Shane, you have already gotten the money you will make for this night because I was very generous with that earlier.
Yep.
But we're still in like the high octane swing of it.
So right now, Sika's not going to make any more money. He hopes that from his toast that he did, but also he's starting to see who. He's people watching now. He's trying to look for people who are still trying to keep their composure, knowing that they have a sense of authority, and he's looking for those people specifically because he wants to identify who has the higher rankings that they need to try and stay on par and become chummy with them. He wants to start making the relationships with the higher ups that he can to, have a foot in a door somewhere.
Sure.
So that's what he's looking for during his time with Moses.
There is one very old couple. These two elderly women, normally very regal and stoic. Still very regal and stoic, but now they're kind of playing footsies as they're playing cards.
Right.
And they still have their very unfancy drinks of expensive wine. You know, they still have whatever it was they were drinking before all of this picked up. One of them seems a little piqued by all of the commotion. The other one seems to be just doing a little bit of indulgence, as moving with the music a little bit, maybe the more free spirit of the two.
So he doesn't want to be entirely obvious by just walking up to them. So he is going to try and engage them by just, I'm not gonna say peacocking, but he's gonna be enjoying the dance. He's gonna be talking with people, and as he gets close to them, he's gonna show more of a level-headed aspect to him, while carrying a bottle of the wine that he had from up on his level where he was staying with his grapes. And so he's going to look to them. He's going to smile. Hopefully they'll return a smile, and that's where he would wait for some form of...
The more lighthearted one goes, "Look, Aya, the showman's here." And she goes, and Aya goes, regards you.
He's going to take the moment, and he is going to elegantly hand up, leg cross, bow down to them. It's like full horizontal bow straight down to them, as much respect as you can. And he just be like, I wouldn't say so much of a showman, but thank you so much for that. I just am trying to make sure everyone's having a wonderful time tonight. And are you?
Foley, the more exuberant one of the two, goes, "Oh, it's a loud night, but I think we're making do." And Aya goes, "We'll manage."
Well, if there's anything I can do, and he's like, oh, wait. He looks at the bottle that he's brought with him. He's like, this is what the bartender happened to give to me, and I've had my share, and it's only been touched by me up there, so no one else has had anything. And he reveals over to them just a pretty much nearly full bottle and places it on the table, whether you wish to enjoy it or not.
Foley goes, "Ooh," and then looks at Aya, and Aya goes, "Roll persuasion."
Okay. 24.
24? Fine, one more drink.
You are allowed the whole bottle. You can take it back with you to your home if you wish.
One. Oh. That is incredibly kind of you, Master Bard. What is your name?
My name is Seka, and he gestures a hand down again, gives another bow towards the one.
Second bow. He's fancy.
He smiles. He's like, only for the most fancies.
Interesting. Do you play Dragon Chess?
I will let you know.
You can't just make everyone play games with you every time. Do you play Dragon Chess? And there's
I will play
genuine danger look in Aya's eyes.
Sika leans towards him with a very cunning smile, as he's like, I play every game. Doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Well answered. Every game?
Every game. Just tell me what to do, and I'll see if I can do it.
I'm gonna make an insight check. Trash. Okay. Trash money. What are you doing here? What brings you to this to the steeps?
Sika has no reason to feel that he needs to lie in this moment. Inside, he's just going to be choosing of his words. I just came across the bridge as I was looking for some information on the area's capabilities. I've come from down in the far south, just doing my travels with friends and
How far south?
near the floating isles.
A fellow jungle. Look at that.
Just happen to be a part of the world that, some people like to or not like to be in, so I like to go to all places.
He's an adventurer. He travels. Interesting. Do sit.
Yes, like a
Yeah,
nonsense name.
Go pull up another overstuffed chair.
Yes.
You start getting absolutely lectured by Aya in the ways of dragon chess.
Okay, cool.
And
Awesome.
Foley, the more happy, upbeat one, just starts being like, "Thank you." Robin, you have also clocked that the most sober and likely the most powerful duo in the house, Sika, is currently Silver Tongue working magic in that direction. What do you do?
I go to the fighting pits.
Okay. You step over to the fighting pits and
I think I've got this.
you head over to the fighting pits and you can see some older gentlemen that are all kind of talking to each other, smoking some cigars, and kind of just being uppity, pompous older men, And some of them do have like wraps on them, and you think that they might be bare knuckle boxers. And eventually you're noticed. Little young for this establishment, aren't you?
Is that a problem?
You might be.
No, scared.
And all the other people go, ooh. He goes, why did I have to talk?
Weapons or fists?
Gonna make an insight check on you real quick as this dude kind of takes you in. That's a nat 1. I'm rolling like garbage tonight, gang.
I'm marking that off on my bingo sheet. Yeah.
No. He goes, I apologize. My name is Einen, and I've never lost a fist fight.
Einen, wonderful. Okay.
Um,
Taylor has a question. Would primal savagery be allowed in a fist fight because it is my hands?
Magic in general is in most scenarios not allowed.
Okay.
This is the martial prowess in the few circles where they are able to feel superior to magic users.
I see. Fist fighting. Well, if you ever want to do anything with any sort of skill and finesse, you can find me.
Come back with platinum. We only gamble at platinum. And he turns. And one of the other cigar smokers is like, harsh, man. Harsh. And he goes, well, can't just let anyone in here.
My unarmored strike does 0.
Oh, no.
I can't fist fight. I can do pointy things, but that's it.
Yeah, as you kind of are being dismissed by these pompous, wealthy males. these.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Sure, yeah.
Give me a pompous woman and I'll steal everything from her. Pompous male, I don't have the time to steal from all of them.
There's a lot of them. You wonder how you might be able to get your hands on a platinum, you're kind of poring over this information as Zito enters the room with a person slung over one shoulder, having been directed to this place to find the manager.
And I will have the mask on that Sika made me.
Okay.
And I'll have my cloak back like I'm a superhero. Drunk 17-year-old
It's giving
off
Pajama
of the one
Sam.
whatever. Yes. Very Pajama Sam. And I'm gonna march up to Zito and be like, I just won in the fighting pits. They won't even let me fight again.
Get your things right now and meet me outside.
I have all of my things.
Meet me outside.
You, Robin, you're like, man, you know, again with the, and then you realize that there is a maybe unconscious person slung over.
Oh yeah, I'm not
Zito's
leaving. I'm not leaving Zito's side. I ain't going outside. I'm stuck like glue.
Okay. Zito, you scan. Holy shit! Everybody drunk. There's Sika playing chess elegantly. Well, talking about chess elegantly and refined, and not raging like everyone else is in this party.
Yeah, straight to Sika.
Some people start being like, oh, what the fuck? You know, kind of like, whoa, hey, and things start kind of getting jolted as you are carrying a person
Full
through
horse
this.
blinders.
Okay. There's a bit of a parting of the water of people, and Sika, you feel it. You feel the disturbance in the flow that you have orchestrated, and you turn, and there's Zito with Robin close next, close beside.
Barbara, you're here!
This mask.
Come.
Usually I have to be in bed for that. What?
I'm gonna ignore that and just like try to look over. I'm looking for just, I guess, the head of the guard for House Ryix, or at the very least, Telly.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you there for that part. Not my audio bust up.
You're good.
I just ignored your lewd and lascivious comment.
Okay.
And chose instead to just start scanning the room for the head of the guard of House Ryix, or possibly Telly, the book lady.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, he turns to Aya, and what was the wife's name again? Sorry.
Foley.
Be like, my apologies. This is one of my friends here, Barbara, and so it sounds like they need me. Is there any way that I can come back to learn more about Dragon's Chess with you, or at least perhaps play with what you have taught me? I'm sure it could be very fun.
The couple looks at each other for a minute, and Foley eventually pulls out a little calling card and hands it to you.
Oh. With both hands, he takes it.
Yeah, it's a membership to a chess club with an address and kind of the dates.
Wonderful.
It seems like a bi-weekly meetup where people come together and play chess. Very, very nondescript, very unflashy.
Unflashy, basic. Sika's going to take the fact that this is just very simple from people who have such higher power as this is a place that does not need to be extravagantly put out there.
Everyone's already got the money in this one.
Yeah, so he's just like, so he looks at these, and then what he will do is that he will flashily with his hand try and just like do a little trick. Whether he fails or not, he's just having fun with it, and then just hopefully makes it disappear as he puts it into his bag of holding.
Make a sleight of hand.
Sure. Let's fail this.
Can I help?
With failure?
Oh, you want to fail?
If you would like to give advantage, you can.
If you want to, you can. My intent was to deceive them in this sense by actually by making them not think that I'm
Oh, okay.
ill.
You can.
So-
You don't have to make a check. Then you can just fumble the
Okay.
card.
Okay, yeah. So I'll fumble, but not let it touch the ground. I want to make sure that it's respected, and then
So
he'll
it's like,
take the
caught it.
yeah, and then it's just like, I guess it must be the drink, and then he just puts it away.
Hold on, Tiefling. Come here.
Hi. Yeah?
You are a adorable.
Thanks.
Here, you take care of that bard. He's a good person. And you're given a small little bag.
Oh.
And watch out for the big guys.
What's in the bag?
Never trust the big ones.
I like the big guy.
There is 10 gold.
She's not respectful. She immediately looks at.
You take care of that one. He's one of the good ones. Looks again at the
just
Goliath.
She drunkenly glomps onto
No,
whichever
okay.
one. Just
That was Foley, the nice one. Aya, you watch instinctively, because this is their partner, you watch their hand kind of quickly go up, and as the fingers part, purple lines attaching from each finger to thumb appear, and then puts it
Can
away.
Sika interrupt?
Well, she doesn't go through with it, but
Oh,
shows
okay.
and then, realizes that this is just a hug,
Okay.
and while it's wildly improper.
thank you so much. Oh my goodness. That's
Oh goodness.
kind of you.
Yes, of course. Horns.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yes, you're welcome.
I've never gotten paid for being cute before. Do you get that a lot, Sika? I feel like you would get that a lot.
He's caught off guard. He's like, never. He's like,
It's at this point that the whole of the place is starting to come to a jarring halt at Zito's presence.
and so can I register that since the party's so Sika's going to take a quick look around, and then he's just going to quickly, once to address the situation that's happened, be like, my apologies, the young adult just had a little bit too much to drink, it seems. I will remove them from here. I'm so sorry for the interruptions that has just happened by them and him. And then it's like, he turns, looks at Barbara, like both hands on his chest. Okay, let's go. And then he just like, kind
Roll
of like,
deception.
okay. Oh, so low. 11.
11. Things kind of mellow over and kind of smooth a bit. Go ahead.
I've always wanted to say this. I'm gonna close my tab.
After a little bit of time passes, you guys begin heading out of the steeps, and as Zito, as you walk out, you still have homie over one shoulder.
I think I would leave him with the bartender.
Oh, okay. As you step out, you are met with about 18 guards who have all kind of
House Ryix.
No, of House Thorn, who runs this house, who runs this place. House Ryix, the captain of the guard that you reference, would be of House Thorn, not Ryix in this case. Ryix are just two guests. Yeah, the guards are kind of beginning to sort, and as you step out, from behind you walk the 8 cigar smoking dudes who kind of walk in behind you, and all of these people kind of form a circle around the three of you, and that's where we're gonna go to break. We'll be right back.
Get your drink.
And Jesus Christ. And we're back. So, roughly 20 people kind of start circling around the party. And
Wait,
from
do we have the party music back? This music is loud. And I want the rockin' flute.
nope.
Dang it! Okay.
And you guys step out. It starts raining a little. And the guards clearly look back towards. Let me turn the music down. Look back towards the men who have stepped out after you guys from behind, the ones who were smoking cigars. And the one you, not the one you were talking to earlier, Robin, one of the other ones, puts the cigar out absent-mindedly on his palm. Just...
That's apparently Robin's thing. So she's like, ooh.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I did this already. He kind of...
So you can handle the heat, huh?
I'd like to know a few things. You three seem quite good at running parties. What brings you here?
Military business.
Oh, I.
Well, you
I.
said
And I do not have time for these questions. I do not know you, and any concerns you may have, I promise, are not as deep as the concerns I have right now.
Your concerns.
I know, I got it too.
I hazard to guess are minuscule at best. And he waits for your reply. He's like stepping up to you. He's looking up at you a little bit.
Kick his butt.
You note the like 19 others around you.
Don't kick his butt.
There's a couple ways you could play this out. This could play out.
Is he wearing anything to indicate, like, is he with House Thorn? Is he...
He's in some nobleman's clothes. Yeah, he's definitely House Thorn. And technically, the Mage Breakers belong to the Wizards Colleges, and the Wizards Colleges belong to the Gentry, and the Gentry belong to House Thorn. So he is kind of looking at you like you're a bug. And he's recognizing that you're a member of the Mage Breakers, and he does not care. Asked you a question, soldier. State your business. He's looking up at you.
I am here with House Ryx on bequest of Lady Elsra. Civilian.
The Gentry are above the common folk. Your titles
Technically,
do not...
nobody's really above anybody. We're all living human creatures and humanoid creatures. And everybody has a life and feelings and can feel pain. And so actually, technically,
Just
nobody is.
hand on back and just pull her.
Everyone matters.
That's nice. Things the common folk say to ensure themselves they can sleep at night.
What's your name?
You peeking back out from the other side of Zito. You can call me Holic.
Holic. She takes out a notebook, opens it to a specific page that's dog-eared, writes it down.
Holic Thorn,
Writes that
son
down too.
of Elsro,
Continues writing.
and the only person that's more important than me is her. My mother's word is law around here. So I'm gonna ask you one last time. I'll give you one last time to get a little more detail out on the table.
Mother issues. Check.
What's House Ryx doing here? How do you fit in? Why did you have one of the servants over your shoulder? And
You
what
did
makes
what
you?
now?
He is ignoring Sika.
Good.
Shane, I love you.
My name is Zito Barbera. I'm with the Magebreakers on contract from another plane of existence. I believe you all say pain here. Bizarre. I am here to have my contract read so I can go home to back where I live. I have come to the city of Pardon to find a very specific Magebreaker to read my contract for me. He has disappeared because things seem to go missing on this island, don't they? I have been appointed by Lady Elsro to go with the members of House Ryx into the woods to find their missing tribe and my missing soldiers. And upon getting to their house on this island, more things have gone missing. If you do not believe me, check the house that they are supposed to be staying in because there is nobody there.
Insight check. From the whole party.
Me make one?
Party can make an insight check.
Am I better or worse at insight while tipsy?
Let's find out.
Dang it. 7.
Hey, that is a
17.
10. 15.
He is unsurprised by your words. And Sika, there's a slight flicker of wariness. Something is not going as planned. And this gentleman's solution, seemingly in all things, is to try to vice grip control a situation until they do have an outcome that they like. You're actually in a good bit of danger, you realize, Sika.
Okay. Sika's gonna take this moment and just to place his hand on Barbara as in a way to just like lean in front and kind of slide just around and just be like, I was in the tavern this whole night. Ask anyone. And he's like doing this with
Literally
his hands.
everyone would know.
And then he was like, literally everyone. Yes, you were genius. And so he's like putting his hands back and forth. It's like, this seems to be some form of energy that shouldn't be palpable right now. Is there anything that we can actually help you with in making go better, or something that we could be mutually beneficial to helping you in understanding what's going on? Is there anything I can do? Because honestly, as I said, I have no idea what this is about, but I'd happily
Roll persuasion. At disadvantage.
Oh, you suck!
I mean, I'm standing behind you staring just daggers into this man's soul, so.
I got a nat 20, get on my back. Did that work at all?
Does not, a nat 20 does not trump disadvantage.
Did not beat disadvantage?
No. What'd you get?
19.
19 on the lowest?
Yeah.
Bards.
You want to give me the nat 20?
That was gonna be lower. You're like, oh, the nat 20's gotten 19. I was just like,
Yeah,
oh,
the nat
fuck.
20 would have been like a 32, so.
Yep.
You must be the brains of the group. I'll be direct. How much
Please.
money to get you off this island? How much money to fuck off? You do not belong here. You are meddling in things you do not understand because you're poor.
Excuse?
Oh, hold on.
Allow me to remedy that.
I see your offer, and I, on behalf of them, because I'm going to say this absolutely correctly, will humbly accept whatever needs to be done. But can we not help at all? We were
This
technically
is how you would help. Allow me to hire you. Go somewhere nice.
I like nice. What is nice to someone of your, and being very honest with his words, greatness.
Let's see. Maybe he makes a point of looking each and every one of you up and down. 50 silver.
Even if I had a number, no.
He's gonna.
You said
what?
yourself.
Hold,
the
you
only
shut up
person-
for a second, sir. And it's like he's gonna be like, "Can I just talk to them for a second? It seems so what you're saying is not going through many of their ears. Can I just talk to them for a second? Do you mind?"
Huh. No one's ever asked me to sidebar. I think you better take this or leave it.
He's gonna try. He's like, he hates the fact he's going to see this. He's like, you know, I have a feeling that we should accept what is going on here and go.
What'd I tell you? The smart one of the group.
Robin is gonna look up to Zito and like wait till she gets his eye contact. She's gonna do a little tug.
Real quick, just contextually, where we are supposed to going with like House Ryix
Off into
that
the
st-
jungle
is that-
on island.
on
On
island.
island, yeah.
Okay. Tug, look down.
And
I also
Robin's-
said your name. I didn't call you Barbara.
Robin is gonna give like she's gonna do everything in her drunk 17-year-old power to give the look of like just roll with it.
I'm gonna roll for it.
Okay.
I do have something.
That's
to say
Robin
to-
also Robin also rolled with it. Rolled for
I'm
it.
going to wait to see what Ben does, but I do have something I do want to say. What is this guard's name again? Have we asked?
Holic.
Hawk.
Holic.
Yep.
Okay, I do have something to tell Holic after whatever happens with Ben.
Okay. Odds. I roll with it. That's a 5.
I rolled a 7.
I rolled nothing. I wanted to have faith in you.
For me to just roll with it, I rolled a 7. Otherwise, I was gonna cause a scene.
There's a very noticeable clench in Zito's jaw.
That's why Robin's here.
And just stays silent.
Looks to Sika. Offbeat, thank you for the raid. What up? I'm currently being mean and as the wealthy elite.
Okay, so Sika's going to respectfully relax himself from seeing anything going on to hopefully get that energy across to Holic that they're in agreement with this. It's being like, to be fair, we do need to find a place to stay if we have to leave this very instant. Do you have a suggestion? I know that is none of your responsibility, but if we can't stay here one more night and to leave in the morning, is there something that you can suggest? But also, how are we going to be able to inform the lady of the island?
I'll take care of that.
Okay.
He's handed he reaches over and is handed a small coin purse and goes, "You seem like a calm and reasonable fellow. There's plenty of inns on the bridge."
Absolutely. On a personal note, if you don't mind me asking, I do have a direct solo, me alone, invite to play games with, play a Dragon's Chess game with someone, of Aya and Whalley. Does this mean I'm not able to return back if you are removing us?
I don't know how you got in here, but you should never have been given that invitation.
Why?
Because you're not important.
See, I tell that to myself every day, so I hear you. but
Off you
but
hop.
Is this guy straight up just being a rich prick?
Yes,
Or am I getting
there is
the
other
vibes
stuff,
that there's
but
but he just wants to be a rich prick.
he wants. Well, I'm not gonna show my hand.
Wants whatever mommy wants.
if we're in danger, I think it is best for us to not be in danger, especially in this area. So I'm gonna be like, I know this for a fact that I will see you sometime soon, you gorgeous being. And then he gestures to the two of them to come along, and then he's like, "Enjoy the party, everyone!" And then he just starts to hopefully make his way through
They let you through.
whatever. Yeah.
As Robin turns to follow Sika, she chooses that moment to have Darko be behind her
Okay.
suddenly. So
This
all they
hellhound is
see,
suddenly there,
all
this-
they see is this small, childlike looking tiefling turn, and there's just hellhound.
Okay. There's
And
a few.
Darko
There's a few
also
like
turns.
inhaled breaths of surprise.
Can I roll intimidation, please?
You may.
Yay! Do I get advantage for Darko being a big scary hellhound?
That is what is proccing the intimidation. So no.
Fine. 15.
15. There's is the whole party walking?
Yeah,
I know. I
I'm gonna make extended eye contact with the brat.
Prolonged eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
There's a confident smile that kind of flickers at the appearance of the hellhound, and there's a few people that like go to. One person even like looks to step in front of Holic Thorn protectively.
When somebody steps in front, Robin just gives like a little look back, and she's gonna wink just her red eye.
Just profoundly unsettled.
Good.
Zeno.
We have just as we're walking away with Sika and Robin. the more time we spend not in the woods, the worse this becomes for everyone here. Get us to the woods now.
Okay. As the trio is making their way, and the Hellhound is making their way.
Do we still have? Does Zito still have the body?
No.
Left him in the bar
Nope.
with the bartender.
Great.
As you guys are heading out, one of the plucky guard that said hi to Robin earlier was like, "Oh, did you guys have a good time?"
Yup.
Good.
Thanks, bud.
Good.
I can't wait to come back.
Oh,
He says
awesome.
it very seriously.
I'll pass on your compliments. You really have to stop being so nice to everybody. It goes a long way. And you guys are back out on the street.
How much money did I get?
Yeah.
In the baggie.
Oh, it's 150
150
silver,
silver.
so like a gold and a half.
Cool.
Like,
He's just like, it's because he knows that Robin got some money and he got his, just like,
not so
here
much
you go,
money.
Barbara. And he just hands us like, your tip for tonight.
How much money? How much gold are you handing him?
He's just handing the bag that guy gave us.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
So, I don't.
150 silver.
No. Oh, the silver is what
Oh,
you handed
yeah.
him. I thought you
This
meant
is-
what you
yeah,
made from the
Oh,
last
no.
episode.
Oh no.
No, just a small little bit.
You guys back out onto the street.
Okay, so we need to figure out where we're going to try and sleep or stuff.
I can maybe look for some places.
That'd be nice.
Okay.
It strikes me now that the two of you don't seem to understand the kind of fuckery that we are in right now.
Whoa! Zito dropping the F-bomb.
Sir, you would have died back there. He just says that this plainly.
Obviously,
And I would have brought
we're
many
not.
of them with me.
Obviously, we're not leaving this island, Zito.
We are not sleeping here tonight. We are not looking for a place to sleep. We are
Fine,
going
then let's
now.
go into the woods. I just thought that we were supposed to have some people with us as we went into the woods. Are we not supposed to go with other people? Is it just us?
They are gone.
Well, then we should find them. Should we not? Should we not figure out where they are? Or do we just leave?
What do you mean gone?
I mean, we need to go to the fucking woods now.
Okay.
Okay,
Robin
but like,
just
what time of day?
walked
You guys begin heading down and into the lower parts of the city to gain access to the jungle. What was up, Sick?
What time of day is it?
It is evening. It is like 9 p.m., 10 p.m.
Oh, we were throwing an early rager? Hell yeah.
All day.
Hell yeah.
So Sika is gonna he's gonna be like, yeah, totally fine going, no issue there. But seeing inside of a jungle at night clearly doesn't seem like a wise thing. I'll go. I have no issues with going, but it's just
Oh, I very much have issues with going. But if that's what we're doing, and that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. I freaking hate the woods.
As we're walking through town, if we pass at all nearby the morgue where I met Task, the mortician.
Yeah,
I'd like
I
to-
would say that you can definitely walk through that neck of the woods on your way to the side of the city, and you do see the morgue is with a light on in one window.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come knock.
Okay, for the person, the Goliath that's adamant about getting to the jungle, and then heads over into a morgue. You knock on the door and you hear, "Come in. I'm afraid our hours are closed right now, but Zito."
Ask. It is potentially fortunate, maybe unfortunate that you mentioned alchemy and artifice before we parted ways last. There is a servant up by the... What did it have a name, the place?
The Steeps.
There's a servant at the Steeps, fell victim to a trap, possibly feeble mind.
Oh.
The traps themselves were some sort of bizarre artifice. If it is in your capabilities, or perhaps you just are interested in the investigation.
He looks at the the opened up cadaver on the table and goes, "Could be of some interest. You seem even more vexed than the last I saw you earlier today."
Well, I had a run-in with Lady Elsro's brat.
Nah.
No reaction. He's got the plague mask on and reflective lenses and stuff like that. Oh, actually, hang on.
Nice. Those are cool.
Cool.
People are missing. Time is of the essence, and some rich prick decided that I no longer have the normal way through anymore.
Normal way through.
Yeah, the way that we were about to go through.
Oh,
Now we have to fucking sneak around.
that's okay. I'm good at that. I'll teach you.
I'm sorry to hear that you have already run afoul of the elite of this illustrious city.
Illustrious is a very specific word choice. I have to go, Task. Time is of the essence. The longer you wait for a missing person, the less likely you are to find them.
Missing person.
I just wanted to let you know. Oh. The House Ryx members that were here.
Come with me. He's going to, as he turns to walk and goes, hello, the rest of you. Please don't touch anything. Everything is sanitized. It needs to stay sanitized. He goes over and pulls a slab.
It makes me want to touch stuff.
Oh yeah, I should probably describe Task. It is a plague mask and plague doctor attire, a cleric of the Church of Death, and there are various bits of thorny plant kind of stitched into his clothes, and you can see little bits of blood stain here and there. What little bit you can see of his hands as he's putting on gloves is horribly burned, melted skin across his flesh, and he opens up a small hatch and pulls out a corpse. This was delivered to me. Maybe it'll help. You don't recognize him, but you vaguely do. He was bearing the attire of a lower guard of some kind to the House Ryx.
Okay. When was he brought in?
Maybe an hour after you left.
By whom?
Just city guard.
How did he die?
I have not yet gotten to his autopsy, though I suppose if you're in no rush, I could start now.
Who is it?
You said you have some missing Ryx individuals. This might have been one of their retinue.
Yes. If you wouldn't mind starting that autopsy, any information is good information. Did the guards happen to say whereabouts they found this body?
They found him in the jungle. Close by to the jaw wall.
What?
The jaw wall, the draconic jaw that is the wall around this city.
Oh.
I wasn't given much more information than that, frankly. We don't usually. Bless you. May death ever follow you.
I don't want death to follow.
Oh, you say that. But it
don't
is a good
like. I don't like having to wait here.
thing. I will do my best.
May
Zito.
I leave Robin or Thicka or Darko
Stay in the place
here?
with all the dead people?
Oh, the dead are not so bad. They're quiet and they mind their hands.
I at the very
this
least
one,
want to
though.
go investigate around the jaw wall as quickly as possible.
I'll go with you.
Why don't you all go and come back?
Please?
I will stay up until my autopsy is finished, and I'll stand by the door in case I nod off.
Thank you, Task.
You're welcome, Zito. What is the rest of your names?
I'm Sika.
I'm Ash.
Ash. Well met. I will attend to this for you. Best of luck.
We will
Be
return.
safe. Okay.
I'm gonna walk out.
Before
Following.
When they go out,
his
Sika's
hands are
like,
gone, by the way.
Hands are gone.
No hands. They're gone.
Ah.
When they go out, sorry, one second. When they go out, Sika is gonna try and look to see if the magic hut is still underground or not. Because he wants to still be able to get the item that he spoke with. I have her name. I wrote it down. I know I did. I'm gonna look at it later because there's a bunch of notes. For the magic item, so he just wants to, if it's closed, he wants to leave a note saying that he has been encouraged to leave the city by, and writes his name.
Holic Thorn.
Holic Thorn.
Oh,
And be like,
Son
but
of
I still want to
Esro.
make sure that our friendship stays intact. We have tea again. Please try and find me sometime in the future, and I will hold on to whatever I find from the jungle for you, as with my whole heart.
wow.
And so that's what it says. It just sounds like, oh, hi, Colleen.
Wow.
Colleen kind of tags along for a little while until eventually Darko is just like, new friend kind of energy, and then the cat Colleen's like and scampers away. Darko stands tall and proud at having defended Robin from the evil of catdom.
What's the name? Wittery at Whitwery's.
Colleen Whitwery.
Colleen Whitwery,
Yep.
and then the witch's name was Wittery. Is that right?
Let me check
Wary.
my notes. That's her last name. Amethyst.
Amethyst. Okay. Yeah, I thought I wrote that down.
Question about the hands thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any sort of like normal reason
for that within this world? Because there's like
They do
no
look like they're
fingertips, but that
cleanly
would be...
chopped off.
Okay, so it is like a very peculiar and
weapon.
specific thing. Would it be? Is it like a no fingerprints kind of thing? So it can't be.
Most spells require hands. Most fighting with weapons requires hands. There's a lot you can no longer do if your hands are removed.
Can't thieve without hands.
Can't thief? Nope. Can't thief. Not easily.
Make hands.
Okay.
The party moves through the city. Go ahead.
I was gonna have Robin.
You were gonna
Yes.
ask Robin?
Oh yes, I was gonna ask Robin. Sneaking through a city that you are not welcome in is much more. Well, it's not quite a thing that I have ever had the need to do.
Oh, don't worry. I gotcha. And I cast Pass Without Trace on the party.
Okay. Party moves like shadows through the city of Pardon. Soon you get into more of a residential area where it's a bit more quieter, a bit darker, and you see a few people moving throughout the city streets, but it's a bit more remote feeling. And soon you find yourself looking at a giant, monolithic dragon bottom jaw with teeth, with a couple of buildings kind of built up to lean against it. You see a carving of a hole of a doorway, and you can hear the tromp of guards. And this, from dirt to tooth, you're looking at maybe 60 feet. Not including the tooth, maybe 45 feet of jawbone. It's kind of impressive.
Sick is going to pull out the card, and he wants to see if I don't know how addresses work in this city. Sorry. So like he says, you know, so the address. Is there identifiers around that say what things are at?
There's a district, and you are not in that district anymore. You just recently left that district, which was in the upper crust area.
Okay, so the game would be back there, not down here.
And it's not going on right now.
Okay.
What's up, Taylor?
Is there any like thieves' cant around where we are to maybe point towards like a less common through the jaw?
Make an
Exit
investigation
entrance.
check as you move through the city and start looking about.
12?
12? You get into this kind of quieter neighborhood, and because you're keeping an eye out, you do notice one of the just plain looking houses, looks like all the rest of them, does have a very faint scratch in the doorpost, and the lights are on.
Robin's gonna like tug on Zito's jacket. She'll be like, I don't know if you don't know much about sneaking around, but like, see that little scratch there on that door? That normally means that sometimes that's a way that the lower levels of the city use to indicate a less common passage. So if we don't want to draw attention to ourselves, it may be worth knocking on this door. Are you okay if I handle that?
You are a much less immediately intimidating presence than if I were to knock on someone's door.
It's very true, especially because you have all of the fancy things on. That tends to scare away the type of people that I have become familiar with.
The Mage Breakers were the secret police.
He's gonna take the jacket off and pull it up.
A good move. Okay, Robin's gonna go over and do a light like knock 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 knock.
1 minute. The door opens a crack and a shirtless Cameron, Cameron, who was with you guys on the train across the bridge,
Oh,
kind of peeks out and goes, "We didn't order anything." Oh,
hi Cameron.
Hi.
oh. Didn't expect to see you guys again so soon. Give me just a second. And he closes the door. There's a bit of a, who is it? You know, it's just some friends I made, kind of friends. What do they want? I don't know. I'll find out. And the door opens and he kind of steps out in like a bathrobe and closes it behind him and goes, how can I help?
Hi Cameron. We're trying to find a way into the forest that's just not the main entrance and then switches to Thieves' Cants. Can you help?
Well, he starts talking about the historic battle of how this dragon got slain and stuff like that, and in Code and Thieves' Cant, there is a, yes, I can absolutely provide that service for a fee of 3 gold each.
Nope. Who gives a shit about the fucking dragon fight?
Robin hands over 9 gold because she has no true concept of money.
No, let's not. No.
It's good to see you all again.
Good to see you too.
Hey, Robin, no.
I'll be right back.
It's just money. It doesn't mean anything. You can always get more.
He goes inside and closes the door. You see the lights start going out in the house.
What are we paying him for? A historical tour?
On the walk there, I'm going to give a very brief, accurate description to Robin of why we don't give away our money.
1 gold
And if
is
he
a
wants to-
culture's yearly wage.
and if she does, I will take her money from her.
Nope. You can freaking try.
Robin, you know how you like to have things or find things and just like survive? Yeah, you could have survived very nicely on one of those for over a year.
Well, sure, but like we have a thing that we need to do, right?
So give him less, or none at all, or talk him out of it. Yeah. How about this? The more you have, the better you will be. If you give that away, you won't be able.
I was just fine before I had these chunks of metal. I'm pretty sure I'll be just fine after I don't have them.
We won't be as a group, though.
The
If
door.
you need food, I will get you food. If you need shelter, I'll find you shelter. You'll be okay, Sika.
I just don't understand. Sika has been on the road for so long, and seeing someone giving this money away is
3 times the
lost.
value.
Right? And I'm just like, he had to live by on coppers. So seeing someone give away gold is just like.
The Cameron steps back out and he's wearing this big black cloak. And he's got 3 more cloaks. One of them is monstrously large, but still doesn't fit Zito. It's still kind of tight. Just really showing off the pecs, you know what I mean? And he hands you guys the cloaks and goes, "Follow me." And he starts heading back the way you came, away from the wall.
Where are we going, Cameron? Can you tell us a little bit?
Yes, there are many lava tubes under the city. And if you know how to get past the watchful eyes of my people, you can gain access to those lava tubes and find your way outside the city wherever you like.
Thank you so much for your help. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
I'm happy to help.
Are you able to get back into the city, Boone?
Yes.
Is there a way
But
that
there
we
are
can...
eyes on the entrances.
So I was just gonna ask, are there ways that we can signal your people that we are doing this transportation through you when we want to make our way back in?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Pinky promise?
Gives you his pinky. Insight check.
Okay.
I wanted to be very clear that I don't like any of this.
That's okay.
18.
18. This man does not value a pinky promise.
As my pinky is locked with him, I cast my cantrip of Druidcraft, and as the nail grows, it kind of curls around. And I do the intimidation of I kiss my thumb for the second part of the pinky promise.
Okay. He's
Just to
kind
do
of
a
watching
bit of
you. A little wide-eyed.
intimidation.
Yeah, he's
And Darko just
excellent. Go ahead and roll intimidation.
advantage with Darko.
Yes. He looks up to Zito. That is
That's
okay.
another
And then
20.
just slowly turns down to his pinky, and then slowly looks to you, and then slowly looks to Darko, and then slowly looks back to the pinky, and then back up to you.
One was a nat 1. The other one was a 19, which makes it 21.
Okay. Binding. Let us be off. Quickly.
Kiss your thumb. Kiss it.
Mwah.
And then they touch.
This is weird.
Yep. Sealed.
Yeah, so you slowly start moving through the city. And the Obsidian Hall looms over this courtyard. And he steps into that same barber shop that you saw him in last time. He pulls a key out and unlocks the door because it's closed. And you see as he... Well,
Can I study the key?
yeah, I mean it's a normal brass key.
Right,
I
but
guess
I have forgery kit and jeweler's tools. So can I study the key?
Yes, you make a point to like commit the key to memory as
Great, thank you.
during the glimpse that you see of it. And you do watch as he steps through, and once everyone else steps through, he takes the closed sign off the window and puts a different closed sign in the window. And then he starts moving to the back of this barber shop, where you find another room with mirrors, and he goes up to one of them and slowly slides the mirror to overlap the other one, and you can see a tunnel. And he goes, "All right, let's go." And he kind of steps over, and he has to kind of hunch a little bit. Zito, you have to really hunch a bit. And slowly the party starts moving into these naturally formed tunnels, and that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Damn you.
Got him.
Betrayed!
Betrayed.
I'll never recover. Okay. We make our way into these lava tubes, which, if you didn't know, are naturally formed caves.
Lava tubes.
They're super cool. And there's a few places where you guys actually have to get into the water. And kind of move through these underground pools of water.
What happens to Darko when
mostly more shadow than flame.
I like to imagine that Darko just becomes the size of Evie, my little 9-pound.
Just boils away a little bit. That's really cute, actually. The Hellhound does not like it and has to doggy paddle along behind. Cameron does have this soft glowing jar that as they got into the darkness, he would pull out and kind of shake, and soon a dull palish green blue glow emanates from it, and it's enough to light your way in kind of a glass corked bottle. Moving through, when he gets to the first like big pool of water, he's like, hang on, something's off. You've gone through a few pools of water now, but this is like the first like big one. You don't really see the end of it. And he goes,
Kitty. Psst, 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 psst.
He crouches. He goes, where's the guard?
Uh-oh.
He takes a rock and he tosses it into the water. Kerplunk. Little ripples. And he goes, this is not normal. Big man. He hands you the glass bottle. Hold this out over the water. I need to see. Sika, hold on to me. And he's gonna like,
Yes.
he takes your hand and like leans over the water and looks down.
Can I cast fairy fire into like a 20-foot cube
Absolutely.
into that area from the ring? I don't know.
Beautiful kaleidoscopic fire of purples and blues and golds begin to wreath along the sides of the cavern walls, and Cameron leans back as he looks down to the now what everyone is able to see, a construct, a golem, a very nice golem, shattered at the bottom of the water.
Oh,
It's big too.
but
There's
it's
your
broken.
guard.
Yeah.
How often do people come through this path?
Pretty often.
And nobody's reported that this guard has been missing?
To my knowledge, yeah, and word gets around pretty fast.
Okay, so it's probably recent.
Yeah, and he looks up into the darkness of the caves and goes, well, that's on me for being bored. And he slowly gets into the water and begins swimming across the body of water over the destroyed golem. Come on.
I'm gonna follow him, but what do you mean it's on you for being bored?
I mean, I shouldn't have wished to be in more interesting times.
You made a wish?
I guess. As he's putting his cloak back on after this really cool moment, everyone pictured in your mind of the party swimming across the top of the water, lit by the fairy fire on the sides, and this massive destroyed construct at the bottom kind of looking up at you guys. You guys get across and he starts putting his cloak back on. Are we ready to move forward? Anyone getting cold feet?
No?
All right, let's go. Continues to whine.
Darko goes.
You can't get cold feet. Cold paws. moving through this volcanic tunnel. The party spends a good 2 hours navigating these tunnels. Everyone make a history check to see how well you've kept track of the route you've taken as it splits off many, many times, goes up and down and around, and every now and then you have to go straight down with the help of a rope, or in Robin's case, the hellhound that flies.
Woohoo!
16.
Okay.
Oh, what roll do we have to do? I'm so
Making a
sorry.
history check to see how well you've collected exactly the route you have taken.
Oh. Can I make a history check for Darko?
No.
5.
Zero.
Oh my god. Oh, I probably have a minus to that. I do. Okay, well, 18.
18, that's still pretty good.
It's still good. I would say logically, it's probably because he's got some ranger beads on.
Some ranger beads.
Ranger beads, they're a thing that you use in the military. It's like a bracelet, and you use it to like measure distance. So there's a bunch of beads on it, and like as you go, like however, if you're going far, obviously you do a bigger number, but like for example, you move one bead to the side, and they're not like, they don't slide around, so you like there wouldn't be able to just do it back, but you'd move one bead to the side every 100 meters per se. And so by the end of it, you'd be like, you would know, you'd look down and be like, all right, we've moved 500 meters.
Was bingo Ben talks about military tactic?
No, his Feffs knows nothing about the military.
That's a harsh thing. That was a very, very specific.
But it counts!
Your sympathy is appreciated, Ben. Onwards. Okay. Moving through these lava tubes takes a couple of hours. We are now in the dead of night. Sika, you're sobering up. You're sobering up, and I don't know how hard you went, so that's kind of on you to decide if there's like a hangover or if you're just kind of dehydrated. Maybe a little cotton mouth. But soon you find yourself standing under a trapdoor. There is a lockbox to one side, and he goes and opens the lockbox. He disarms the trap, opens the lockbox, and writes a few things in code along a parchment that is within, hands out a healing pot for each of you, closes the lockbox up, locks it, pockets the key, and goes, well, this will pop you out in a glade, out in the jungle. We call it Fern Grove.
Thank you for your assistance once again, Cameron.
Happy to take your money.
What is in this jungle? What is something, he's saying this to the person, that we should be wary of? Beasts?
Oh man, we're here already. You didn't know? This jungle is wildly dangerous. The dragon slaughter left a lot of wayward magic on the land. It is altered and changed. Horrifying creatures move about. It's one of the more dangerous jungles in all of Whistler. Sorry, I thought you knew.
I'm kind of just waking up.
I had a hunch.
Just gotta hand you a flask.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Water.
thank you. So just magical creatures to be worried about. stuff like
Well,
that.
ever since the Weirways opened up, it's been getting weirder and weirder. Adventurers go out there to collect rare and coveted magical artifacts or draconic remains. And a lot of them don't make it back.
Shane want to do something, but it's going to be a little bit of a thing for Sika to do it. Can I do a history check on my knowledge about the Weirways?
Sure.
Okay. It's just he's trying to remember what he can about them, what comes from them, stuff like that.
Sure.
What does inspo do again?
Inspo gives you advantage. What was that? Oh, huh?
Thank God.
Oh.
For nothing. God, I went from a 5 to a 1. 6.
6. Something to do with the trees. Something to do with the dimensional portals long closed to other lands far and wide. You don't know too much. The most popular one is that kind of everyone kind of knows about is on the other side of the country, where above the table that was the gate to hell that was opened. Those
Shane.
Yeah, those are Lorwyn. And those Weirways are open in all sorts of fun places now. And he's implying that one of them is in this jungle.
Okay. Sika is going to take a chance on this. So he's holding the water, pops the lid open. Let's just say he stole like a drop or two from the bottle of wine that he got. He's just kind of like, puts the single drop inside, whatever, character purposes. And so, and so he's like, he holds up the water. He's like, before we go, I just want to make a toast to us as friends, to us going into this dangerous place. Hold up your drinks, people! I swear to God, right now. He's like, and he's like, he like gestures to Barbara to really like just pick up his flask. Please, pick up your flask. Thank you. To us, to those around. Thank you. To us, to those around, and to those who know, and to those we don't know. May things come and may things go. But I give to you a fairy toast. And so so then to all of us who now we take a sip of our drink, which as you drink it glows.
Is it alcohol?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Whatever
You
would
can't
have
toast
on
with
your
water,
person.
it's bad luck.
Yeah, it's just become magical, and you have been imbued with a fairy toast.
Woo!
Cool.
Yes.
What is that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so it does a lot of things. I just have to choose them. So today, because I'm trying to piece it together to do as much as I can, we're going to a jungle. He doesn't know. Sounds like there's going to be things that are beyond realms of what we understand. So you are going to be getting a toast of friendship, which makes all of us Fae.
Oh, fun.
Yes. Because so we are now all for 8 hours Fae creatures, as it attached to what we are. And so because he is worried about other realmly things and through his journeys and stuff, he's just going with a hunch, with hardly much of what he can do. And basically what this means is that if we were ever, text-wise, mechanic-wise, in the Shadow Realm or the Bright Lands, all of our stats are increased by a 2d6. And so, but as of this moment, we are just also classified as Fae. So this is more of him trying to make us feel protected, in the sense that the unknown's there. Why don't we be unknown as well?
I love that.
The Hellhound goes up to Robin and
What? What, bud? What?
just does like a what's going on here? You don't smell like mom.
I still mom.
I love that so much.
Well, I'm not going up there with you, but I've gotten you through.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Thank you.
Do you need me to stick around? He says with thieves can't, that's an additional chunk of gold each.
Is there anything else that I need to know? I say in thieves can't, I can pay you more if I'm alive. When I get back.
Well, a lot of the fruits that you find can be sold for quite a profit in the city, as people will buy it off you and ship it out to the wealthy elite. Same goes for various magical artifacts. I know that there's a ruin out there somewhere.
Okay. Anything a certain Mr. Bowman would be interested in?
Mr. Bowman is in his heyday. He takes almost everything, but if you impress him, he'll give you a fair. If what you give him impresses him, he'll give you a fair price. Otherwise, he'll try to skim off the top of it there.
I didn't know if there was anything that he's been searching for a while that you were aware of, so figured I'd ask.
It's more of a can you catch his fancy, kind of a can you catch his eye with whatever you bring to him.
Got it.
Kind of a situation. But if there's nothing else, I am going to go back to the loving arms of Whalley. I will see you all later. He's going to turn.
Wait, what?
He's going to turn and he's going to chuckle and walk back into the darkness.
Oh. Okay. Let's put that in her hat. What's going on? Okay. Go. How are we doing on time? What time of the evening is it? Is it find a safe place to set up camp and sleep for the night?
It's
1 a.m. Let's find a place for camp for the night.
Yeah, I want to see if I can figure out where we are now in relation to where we started.
You guys are still underground, trapdoor above you.
And if we go outside, we'll be in the wild.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're kind of in the wild now.
Yeah.
You're just underground.
Robin goes.
Okay, yeah, you pop, and immediately the cool, humid air of the jungle kind of seeps in, and the wet air kind of sifts down into the cave, and you step out and you look, and you're just surrounded by ferns. You have to get up and on your feet to see over the bushes of ferns, and you never would have found this trapdoor. Never would have found this trapdoor without knowing of its prior, not likely at least. And you can see many large ivy-covered trees with thick canopies overhead, and you hear the atmosphere of jungle noises. I also, as an aside, I've never done jungle before. This is my first jungle.
Fun.
And you hear the croak of frogs and strange birds, and a two-legged deer startles and sprints away like an ostrich.
Which two legs does it have?
The back legs. It's just two big, almost like kangaroo style, but runs and prances like a deer and has the antlers and kind of look of a deer.
Just
That's
think
weird.
of an ostrich wearing, and it has
deer skin instead.
Basically.
That's gonna give me nightmares. Okay.
Welcome to
I have
Pardon.
something to do while Zito is doing stuff, but I want Zito to do.
Okay, Zito,
their
you
thing
you you and Sika also come out, take a look around at this jungle. Very closed-in feeling.
Yeah, I want to see if I can tell where we are now in relation to the city,
Okay.
to the walls, if need be. Check out the stars and just get directional.
With the overhead canopy, you'll have to break the tree line to get any kind of bearings.
Okay.
So you taking a climb?
Are these trees climbable? By
Every tree's climbable if you roll well enough.
Nice.
It would be
Well,
acrobatics.
do they look like trees that can support my weight?
These are big trees. So yes.
Ooh, my acrobatics is not great. All right, let's go for it. A nat 20.
Let's go!
Hey!
With
Every
surprising
tree.
alacrity, you grab a single low-hanging branch and you get like a two-step run and then vault yourself upwards and swing onto another branch and kick your feet after a little bit of swinging and move yourself across the glade to the other side to a different tree and climb up. And eventually, you're out in the night sky and you can see billions of stars. You can see you can see the volcano, which is by the city, which is the which is the easternmost side of the island. You are now in the south. So you're looking northeast to the volcano.
Okay, and that's also where the city is?
You can barely make out the teeth of the giant jaw of the walls, but it's the volcano
Right.
itself is monstrous, and you can see a dim glow and the makings of some giant structure up by the top of the volcano. That's where the
Probably
Stormfather's
the prison.
Inquisition, has a prison.
Yeah. Okay. Given how far it is, and it's 1 a.m., Zito will give in.
Let's set up camp here.
Okay.
And now that we are away,
Actually, I want to make a perception check.
Okay. You still up in the trees?
Living creatures.
Sure. Yeah. Make a perception check.
No, I'm down. Back down.
Okay, you swing yourself back down. The ground like as you land, just all the ferns ripple out.
the dragon scale dice gave me 10, 5, 10, 10, and then the lightning dice gave me 19, 20, and 5. So that is a 10 on perception.
10 on perception. You pan through these unfamiliar woods, and all you really get a sense of is it feels oppressive. It feels packed in. You feel too big for this jungle, and you do feel a little bit like there's eyes on you.
I'm gonna beckon the two of them in closer. Now the three of us are alone for the first time. For the most part, of course. The two members of House Ridings that we were given the mission of accompanying out in the jungle. When I got to the inn, when I got to the house that they were staying in, they were both gone. There was a servant of the inn that was there, bound and gagged. The door was barred with some mechanical artifice. Another door was trapped with some arcane cannonry that weakened the fool's mind. This was a targeted strike. They were looking for something very specific. And I look at Robin.
if the two of us ever want to find your brother again, we need to take this very seriously.
Okay.
Sika, I do not know what it is you seek on this island, but the fact of the matter is you came to Lady Elstro and she told you to come with House Ryek, so I can only assume that your mission as well can only be finished by taking this one very seriously. I do not trust this island, I do not trust these people, I do not trust this jungle. Do not let your guard down.
Guard down.
We will...
Perception check.
Hello?
Pardon?
Can I as
Go
well
for
do
it.
perception?
Yeah.
Going back to the dragon scale dice.
Oh. 5.
Dirty 20.
Thank you.
Can
Go ahead.
Darko do
I got 11.
perception?
You got an 11? Okay. Welcome, Raiders. Logical you. Welcome in.
Can Darko do perception?
Yes.
Also, Feff, I just want to state, I was wanting to say this earlier, but because of his mission with Amethyst, he is constantly looking for things that may interest her at all
Okay.
times.
Yep.
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 Darko got a 17.
17.
15 plus 2.
Okay. Darko and Zito, the Hellhound and the Goliath, both look in the direction. There's a bit of movement. And not a glow of light, but a warping of your vision. And there's a point where your vision seems to warp inward on something, kind of like the shimmer of fire of the air above fire, but all moving inwards like a black hole graphic would look, where it bends inwards, but shimmering.
Javelin.
Inwards. Javelin. You throw the javelin. Yeah. Okay. You. Boom! And like you snap your arm back, and the ferns apart. Roll to hit.
Come on, man. Just gotta switch the dice back and forth every roll. 12.
12. The javelin seems to be affected, but does not in fact hit, as it kind of like the moon around a planet's orbit, just kind of is thrown off course.
Can Darko Flame Seed following that attack?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna hit.
Is this
8,
some
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14.
14.
Nah.
Is this some sort of like magic or magical effect that I've seen before? No. How far away is it from us?
30 feet. And gently moving towards the party. In a kind of bobbing motion.
Bright sparks.
Bright sparks? Okay, and so out from around you, these sparks just cascade across the ferns, putting this beautiful, like, bright green underglow to this small clearing. And that little bit of extra light shows the two other strange points that are slowly bobbing along behind the first one towards the party.
I don't like this.
Can I Scorching Ray the 3 of them now that I've noticed? Because the others have... Okay. Because Scorching Ray, I have 3 blasts. Do I roll for each one or just one? You make a range... Oh, for each ray. Okay. I have a 16, a dirty 20, and a 13.
The 16 and the dirty 20 hit.
Okay. The 2 that hits, where's my D6? first one is 6, 7, 8, 9. Is 10 fire damage, and the second one is 5 fire damage.
Okay. The 2 that hit, you watch as the fire is drawn into that point, and then there's this violent like, and then. As they are destroyed. The two that did get hit are destroyed.
Oh, the 2 that did get
dissipate.
hit are destroyed. Okay.
And you hear from the first one.
Again,
I don't
so.
like it.
No! backing up.
You start moving backwards, and you bump into a tree.
Yeah.
Make a dex save as the tree's bark slowly tries to wrap around you. Roll initiative.
No! Before or after dex save?
Dex save now.
Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the dex save.
12 for the dex save.
And nat 1 for initiative. Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in this tree. You guys have fun.
You are caught.
Darko! Darko, help me!
Yes, Annie, could you post the picture of the wraithroot tree for me?
I fucking knew it was some sort of like anglerfish type shit.
Yeah, but it was reversed. It was pushing you towards the tree.
Yeah. Dang it!
False appearance. While the wraithroot tree remains motionless, it is indistinguishable from a normal tree. And in this case,
I hate the ones!
Robin, bright green acidic sap starts drooling across your horns. And various eyes begin opening up, bright and golden yellow, from all along this tree's body. And this is a big ass tree. Not quite redwood, but at least 100 feet. It's a
it's
big
like redwood's
tree.
Huge.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
cool.
a large tree.
Ugh.
Who we got an initiative? We got a 1 from Robin.
1.
11.
5.
Oh boy.
No. How many charges of fairy fire did my ring have? Just 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Darko, help.
Zito, you're actually up first. I'm surprised too.
Wait, yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, okay.
Zito, you turn and you can see Robin being slowly just cocooned by arcane wood. And they are sinking back into the tree, yelling for their dog as bright green sap it drools down the side of one of her horns, and you see the smoke and singe of acid.
Can I
need different combat music.
So I have a maul.
You have a maul,
And-
big ol' hammer.
Yeah. So the way that I kind of wanted to flavor this hammer was that the Minotaur plushie that I have
Little bit of
is
salt.
just filled with cement.
I'm sorry? Okay.
It has been for this whole time. It's just a cement filled. It's just the Minotaur's like plushie fur that has been like wrapped around just like thick ass cement.
Okay.
And with like a hole to screw in a special javelin that I carry around.
Okay.
So it's just like a piece together thing. I want to know if you'll let me hold it over Darko
And light it on fire?
and light it on fire.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just gonna do, over time, it will destroy the hammer. Because it's not a magic hammer.
Right, I mean, it'll for sure destroy the fur, but I don't know. Fire on cement, I don't know. That's probably not gonna do much.
I agree, but it will damage the weapon to the point where it will start being a negative outcome.
Gotcha. Okay.
Whether it's the glue
Sure.
that keeps the cement to the hilt, whether it's the hilt made of wood, whatever the fuck, it's gonna eventually damage.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. I'm gonna put that together, hold it over Dargo, light it on fire, and
The eyes move to you.
This island as a whole seems that no one has ever taught manners or the law. And they all just do as they please.
I'm gonna jump straight into second rage.
Okay. Now, would you like to do a brief summary of that for the viewers? Because we've got a couple of new people coming in for the raid of your homebrew subclass.
Yeah, so this is Zito Barbera is the Path of the Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian. I made an entire source book that introduced a new subclass for every single class in the game, focused on using hit dice to power abilities. The Barbarian's abilities is just deepening levels of rage, and every level of rage I go beyond first makes me stronger and faster and stupider, and also it costs hit dice. And I only have 3 left right now, so upon going into second rage, I only have 1 hit die left, because I only recovered 3 on a long rest.
Okay.
You should have gotten free healing from me because of the Song of Resting I gave you.
How his hit die work, though, is set to
yeah.
recover slowly over time.
Oh,
You're good. It keeps the balance in check.
Got it. Okay.
That's actually rules as written. That's not me. Hit dice only
cheers.
recover up to half on a long rest.
I stand corrected. Anyway.
Yeah.
You light the fire.
So yeah,
Light the hammer.
light the fire. I light the hammer. Look into the tree, and I go,
If you must serve as a message for the rest of this island, then so be it.
and I'm gonna swing.
All right, roll to hit. I love 4
Okay,
hours.
dice. Now we're talking. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20 hits.
Cool. And I'm gonna swing again. 19.
19 hits.
Heck yeah. All right. Does it have weakness or resistance to fire at all, or?
Weakness to fire. Let me take it. Yeah, it has a vulnerability to fire.
What are you allowing me to add on with the?
So
on fire?
what that looks like is it's damage and a half, I believe.
Yeah, I'm thinking more so like 'cause it's gonna take the bludgeoning damage and then
Oh, I see.
yeah.
I'll put
Like an
I'll
extra
put a
D6
I'll
or
put
something?
a I'll put a D6. I'll put a D6 on
Okay.
the fire.
Cool. I'll thank you. I will roll the maul damage separately then.
Yes, please.
What is topple?
Oh, topple's great. Knocks him over. Knocks him prone. That's I think the new D&D 1 rules.
And it's a massive tree. I'm assuming there's like a cap on the thing's size for that.
Yeah, I think it applies to humanoids.
Okay. 6 and 5, so 11 plus. I'm raging, which I believe I have a +2 on rage right now. Yeah, +2.
Ah, the damage is doubled. Thank you, Annie,
So,
for the vulnerability to fire.
that's 11 plus 4. It's 15 plus.
15 bludgeoning.
Not done yet.
Okay.
But yes, this is the bludgeoning damage for both. Plus 12. So 27 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It seems to take half.
I guess I'll have to hit it twice as many times.
And then this is the 2d6 for both fires.
That is 4. So 8 fire.
8 fire. Recoils at the fire. Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. I need. How far are you away, Sika, would you say?
So I can make my mental map. So the tree was here, and the orbs were here, and they were pushing us towards it.
Yeah, it was just kind of this creepy thing that you didn't specify you moved back, but the glade is not that big. Would you say you're within 30 feet of this tree?
I would say I'm in 30 feet.
Okay, then I need everybody to make a DC 16 con save.
A 17 on the dice, which makes it an 18.
Nice. That's a save. This is called Wraith Storm.
What was the save? A dex save or con save?
Con save
Con.
of 16.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
19.
19.
Okay.
Hey, look
very
at you
good,
two.
gang. Very good.
13 plus 6,
The
baby.
Wraith Root tree pulls life energy from the area around it, leaving creatures temporarily frail. Each creature that is not a construct or an undead within 33 feet of the tree must make a DC 16 con save or have its speed halved and gain
Does
vulnerability to
Darko need to roll?
bludgeoning. Yes. Movement speed halved and vulnerability to bludgeoning.
He's fine.
Okay, perfect. Then nothing happens.
Does the mouse that lives in my hair need to roll?
No. That mouse would probably already be dead.
I had plans for him.
Yeah. It's going to. You watch as it slowly picks itself up out of the dirt and grows even taller. But then its quote unquote leg, you watch as it pulls up a massive rock that its roots have grown around, and it kicks its leg out and hurls this rock at Zito.
Am I still like
Bound.
okay?
19 to hit. Yep, okay.
19 hits.
You take 18 bludgeoning damage.
I am going to use my Stone's Endurance reaction to reduce the damage by 1d12 plus 3
Okay.
after I half it, because I'm raging.
Alright, Shane, you are
So now
up.
it is his turn to watch me seem to take half of the damage. There's an 8 plus, so you said 18 total?
18 total.
Okay, that's half the 9, and I rolled 11 to reduce. So it watches me headbutt the rock and smile.
Your grandiose nature is lost on it. As it does not
This
seem
hammer
to
won't be.
Sika with Robin on deck.
So Sika's gonna get to a safe distance away from the possible attacks. So
Okay.
I guess that would be. Let's just move 20 feet away. I think that's
Okay.
what needs to be.
You clear the
doing.
you clear the 30 feet to the other side of the glade,
Oh.
and as you do, you look, and the little warping pinprick is redirecting to kind of come towards you.
In this split moment, can he see that the other two are still going towards the other two?
The other two were destroyed.
Oh, Sika has this weird suspicion that there may be more trees. And so he is. I don't know that like he's allowed to be on guard as but like that'd be an action. So if it is, he's not going to do that. But
You can hold your action.
Yeah, you can hold till a certain thing happens.
how far away is the little orb from me?
Little orb about 15 feet from you now.
I am going to summon my glimmering bow. And so I'm going to pull out my glimmering bow, and I'm going to attack the orb.
Okay.
12.
12 hits.
Heal.
Oh, did 12 miss earlier then? Ah, my apologies. 12 misses.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm misremembering.
You lying?
12 totally. 12 was a crit actually earlier.
Okay. Damn. I'm gonna take a few more steps away and try to not walk towards any tree, if I possible.
You can move back into the center of the glade. But that'll put you within 30 feet of the thing.
I'm gonna stay outside things over here.
Okay. So you do have to stay by some trees, but you would move along the side to get away from the orb and the tree.
Yeah. I'm just being as cautious as I can to not become paper. So yeah. There's really nothing I can do right now. So I'm going to end my turn.
Okay, Robin. At the beginning of your turn,
Oh, fuck.
you take 6 acid damage.
Ow.
Now is your turn.
Darko runs up. And he goes and he places like both paws like above Robin on the tree, and Robin constricted by this tree just like takes her head and headbutts with Darko, her horns and Darko's horns hitting against each other, and fiery teleportation. Boom!
Nice.
Gets her out of there about 15 feet. I need the tree to make a DC 14 Dex saving throw.
That is a 7 turned 6.
Awesome. The tree is going to take 5 fire damage.
Okay, it takes 10 fire damage.
Wonderful. And as Darko and Robin pop about 15 feet away and both of them are sliding back, Robin takes both of her hands and slaps them together to kind of direct the fire from Darko's explosion into a burning hands for a 15-foot cone onto the tree, which the tree needs to make another Dex 14 saving throw.
Natural 20, 19.
Natural 20 for 19.
Do we have a silvery barbs?
Half is
We do! I didn't hear that.
What's your instrument of choice? Or how do you cast the spell? It doesn't have to be an instrument.
He's on guard, so it's nothing fantastic at all. He's gonna be like, no!
Okay. And who would you like to give advantage to?
I'm gonna give it to Barbara.
Okay, that is a 6 now, a
Nice.
5. Fails.
Nice. It is going to take
Solid silvery barbs.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fire damage.
20
as-
fire damage.
20 fire damage as Robin takes the clap as her side slide back. And she kind of like places her hand onto the ground and she just gets ready for the fight. And Darko's right there with her and she's ready to go for the next move. That is going to be the end of Robin's turn.
Brings us to the top of the round with Zito.
Nice.
With Tree on deck.
Give me 1 sec. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna maintain my current level of rage as to not kill myself.
But I also totally forgot about like the most classic of barbarian abilities, reckless attack.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm rolling an advantage. I gotta get some crits in here, baby.
No shot. No shot. Well done.
I'm gonna show. There's no way you'll be able to see it, but
I believe you.
because I rolled two of them. I rolled both at the same time.
I trust
It is a 2. It's a 2 and a 20.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful. Nice dice.
Thank you so much. Big fan of them now.
So reckless, right? You step right under the fiery cone, and as it dissipates, you rise up and out of the fire and go for the crit. Crunch.
Nice. Okay. And then I'll roll to hit on the second one as well.
Okay.
That is a 15 and a 14. The 15 has a +6, so 21.
Hits.
That's wild. A 2 and a 20 on the first one, and a 14 and a 15 for the second. Okay, so I'm gonna roll all the bludgeoning damage. So it's gonna be 4d6 on the crit,
4d6
and then
on the crit. Let's go.
and then 2d6 more on the second one. And I just double the dice. I don't double
the die
flat
rolls,
number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Double the damage die.
7 and 5 is 12, and there's a good one. And 10 is 22, plus 8 is 30, plus 8 is so 38 bludgeoning damage.
38 bludgeoning damage, which is halved, but you are also double damage die rolling, so that's 2d6 fire and an additional d6
Yes.
of fire.
That is 7 and 4, so 11 fire damage.
22 fire damage. Beautiful. Okay. Is that your turn?
And just hitting, this island will learn.
You're a long way from the mountains, Goliath. You're in the jungle. First thing it's gonna try to do is you watch. It does like a feint.
Guns N' Roses.
Nice. It does like a feint where it goes to open up the bark again to grab a hold of you, but then quickly folds in and the branches try to grab you. Contested
You have it-
grapple check.
Okay. You have advantage to hit me, but not.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm
Gonna play later.
reckless. You said
You get to roll athletics or acrobatics. I roll athletics.
yeah.
I rolled real high.
I have advantage on the.
Well, let's see if you can beat a 26.
I have a +9 to athletics, so I'm.
So you're saying
Gonna
there's a
need-
chance.
There is a chance. I'm gonna need to roll well.
Ooh, yeah, silver
what is-
bar should be on the bingo.
18, 16. So I need to roll a 17 to tie.
Let's see what you got, big guy.
That is a 1 and an 11.
Ooh.
So that would be dirty 20 at the high.
The juke psychs you out, and you lean back just off the foot to not be like chomped, and then the tree limbs come in, boom, and in you go. You are bound. You are grappled by this tree.
Grappled or restrained?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay. It is then going to start just wailing on you. Just wailing on you. With a 25 to hit and a 18 to hit.
Yeah, those both hit.
Both hit? Okay.
Did you roll at advantage?
I did not.
Yeah. See if you can get one of those crits in there, baby. You're gonna fucking need
Nope. No crits for now, but that is 66 plus 12 coming down the line.
Oh, so we're just matching then, because I just rolled 6d6. Well, no, I rolled 9d6. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
9d6 plus 16.
I rolled all sixes. I rolled.
Well, do it again.
Look at that. Look at all those sixes. I'm max damage. Oh, plus 12. That's 36 plus 12. What is that? 42.
48.
48, thank you. That is 48 damage that Zito
That's more
that is
damage than I have health.
absolutely beating the shit out of you. You take half
Bludgeoning?
damage because you're raged. It is bludgeoning? Yes, bludgeoning. And then it starts to move. It starts with it wrapped around you and wailing on you. As it does this, it starts moving into the into this ferny glade. Sika, your turn. You're muted, buddy. Oh no, there you are.
I was muted. So bingo, card for someone. I'm going to try and aim my bow at the orb again.
Okay.
$23.
23 hits.
So you take 7 points of piercing damage, and with the explosion of radiant, you take 4 radiant.
Okay. As you destroy this strange pinprick of warping light, you see the eyes that were locked onto Zito, and a few other of the eyes were like locked onto Robin and Yusika. They seem to grow distant, and its direction seems a little unsure of itself now, as if it was blinded.
Ooh! Do the others notice this?
Up to them. I'm putting it on the table to be noticed.
Was it be like,
I'm being bear hugged.
it looks confused. I think I killed its eye.
Nice.
The eyes
Good job.
search wildly.
Do I? Oh, I get that's an action. I can't do that. Okay, cool. I am going to still monitor my location and keep the.
Okay, Robin.
Sweet. I'm gonna send Darko up to Barbara. Darko, fetch! Runs up to
Big
Barbara.
slobbery lava tongue coming in. Just.
And I'll be like, Barbara, if you touch him, he'll transport you.
I'm restrained, so I.
Does not matter. This is a fiery teleportation.
Right, no, I'm saying like I can't like reach out to touch
Oh,
the
so you're
dog.
just like. But you were willing.
The
it's safe to say.
the dog is touching you, and I'm asking you if you're willing. Pretty much is what it is.
Oh yeah.
All right. Boom.
A second halo of
15
fire burns
feet away.
away the ferns around Darko and Zito as they reappear nearby.
A DC 14 Dex saving throw.
11.
11. You take 9 fire damage, so 18 fire damage.
Nice.
Nice.
And then Robin is gonna do a little like kind of like aerial one-handed. She's gonna do a little like cartwheel type of thing, but with only one hand. and she's gonna use the second one as she comes out of it to push the flame to do another burning hand. So I need another Dex 14 saving throw.
Dex 14 saving throw. 15 minus 1, 14 meets it beats.
Meets it beats, so you take half damage for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Takes 7 damage.
So half would be 14.
Half
7
would be 14.
times 2.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Fire damage.
Okay.
On that, and that Robin's having fun with the fire and staying a little bit distance away. So
Yeah, there's little fires starting to pop up here and there, but this is a very wet jungle.
Yeah, she's
so
not
there's
worried
too
about it.
much
She
to
can put
worry
them
about
out
right now.
She can put those out when she needs. She's more worried about the it's a bad thing.
Top of the round, Zito. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. That's all.
Okay, Zito. How you looking? How you feeling?
Angry?
Sure.
Yeah.
This thing walloped you a little bit.
24 points of damage is not enough to make Zito not swing more.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if it wasn't for the fact that my weapon is partially on fire right now, and my hands would not be, or else I'd go into deeper rage. But as soon as I go into my next stage, I can't use my hands for anything other than punching.
Plus, you're almost all out of hit die.
Oh yeah, no, I'm.
When you run out of hit die, but you keep going, you start taking a deficit to your max HP. It's fun. It's a gambling class, a subclass.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about that as I am about just punching a tree a bunch.
You can actually
Hitting
find
it with a
Ben's
fiery-
custom homebrew subclasses on his website. It's,
Okay, so that is
available for pre-release purchase. Thank you, Annie.
All right, I'm gonna roll to hit twice at advantage because reckless. I guess I have to run up to it
Yeah,
again.
you cross the distance.
Yeah. So that is a 22 to hit on the first one.
22 hits. 22 hits.
Yeah. And the second one.
Say it.
The nat 20.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I need to swing recklessly more often. This is fun.
People swear by it.
It was a 5 and a 20.
Shane, you are melting. You good? I'm just watching you slide down the seat.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna roll the bludgeoning damage all at once and the fire.
Okay.
That is 5. That's cocked. 11, 15, 7 is 23 plus 8 is 31 plus 8, so 39 more bludgeoning damage.
Halved.
Halved to 20, rounded up. And then 4. Jesus. 1 and a 2, 3, and. Alright, that's a 6. So 9 fire damage, doubled to 18 fire damage.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
Okay. So I get teleported out. And I'm running back up to the tree. And it has like legs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to run up and just. You will be my first example. And I'm going to stomp on the inside, like where I guess the knee would be.
Okay.
And then I come up and just swing down with the maul, just trying to get it onto the ground. And then I'm gonna stand on top of it and look and just like open one of its eyes, and I go, "Keep this open. and watch what happens. And then I'm just gonna bah, 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 bah. And I'm just gonna keep swinging until it's like basically just sawdust.
Pulverize this thing. Sika and Robin, you guys have a moment where you see this titan of a Goliath furiously beating the dead creature until it is absolute mulch. Until it's this smoldering heap of destroyed tree monster.
Nice.
I have my the button-up shirt that was under the coat, and so I'm just gonna stand up and just rip that off and throw it to the ground, and then plant the whatever's remaining of the maul into the ground.
Yeah, I think you're most spent.
And and I'm gonna look around at just the forest, and I go,
If anyone else wants the same fate, I will introduce you to whatever god you choose.
You guys, you as he turns and starts yelling this into the forest, you can see wild, shaking pupils of fury. This is a different Zito.
I like this, Robin's about it. Robin's gonna look at Sika and see what Sika's reaction is to this.
Sika's just like sitting back smiling. Just like,
Heck yeah! All right. Okay. I hate, and she's just gonna say this to Sika. She's gonna be like, I hate the forest. But I don't hate the forest like that.
It seems like he had a lot pent up recently.
I didn't peg him for the type of guy that, had emotions, but now it makes so much more sense. He's the type of guy that just bottles them up and just doesn't let them, come to the surface.
We just need to shake him a little bit and then get him ready.
Okay. I like that. We can do that. She is still very tipsy for a 17-year-old on a very strong alcohol.
Oh gosh.
She's gonna put up like her fist for like a fist bump to Sika for like this is the plan.
Boop.
Slowly, Zito, your tunnel vision of rage, of your red vision slowly begins to lessen, and you slowly return to yourself. Your shirt's gone. Your hammer's been destroyed.
Let's set up camp.
I'm just gonna slowly start walking around and putting out any of the fires around the area.
Is the mouse in my hair truly dead?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying no, we're not gonna do damage to the mouse because it would have been dead by now.
Oh, okay. Robin is gonna go back to what she was gonna do before she got attacked by thingies. She's gonna make a little house for the mouse by the trap door, where it was. And this is like a common occurrence between the two. She's gonna make like a little burrow, and she's gonna put like a couple things of like bread and cheese and stuff like that, and she's gonna help it get settled. And it's just gonna be a thing of like, you stay here and I will come back here, but like this is gonna be impossible to find if I don't have my little mouse buddy to come find me when I'm in like, the area.
Mouse come.
You'll be all good. Okay.
I hear dinner.
It is.
No. Can I roll like a survival check to make sure that the mouse is like set up to not be attacked by outside forces?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
There's an owl watching you do all this going, you can roll if you want.
And I will.
Yeah.
So It's a 14 plus 6, so dirty 20.
Okay, you believe you managed to make a perfect and appropriate little alcove tucked away, a little burrow.
My survival's pretty high. I would also like to use survival to help find us a safe place to sleep for the night.
Okay. Bill says, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, the mouse has the sentinel feet. Just the sentinel feet. In all other ways, it's just a mouse.
Could you imagine some guys starting to sprint away and then a mouse just like little nibble on the toe? He's like, I can't move.
So sorry for how loud that was. I don't know why it was so loud. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be a 22 survival check for Robin
okay,
to find
damn.
us a safe place tonight.
Okay. You move in the direction of of what you believe to be a few found like deer trails or goat trails or whatever have you, and you start moving along and you find a small wellspring, a small little pond of water next to this big ass boulder. And there's a bit of an opening under it. It looks like someone's used it before, as you can kind of slide under the rock and find it's a little snug for maybe Zito, but you're able to squeeze yourself down under this rock and find a pretty discreet and obscure, safe little nick of the woods to set up camp.
Well,
May I request, because there's no way they would have this as an item in this game. It's called an e-tool. It is about this big. It unfolds into a spade, a tiny shovel that's that big, and it has like serrated edges so you can chop stuff.
I'm familiar.
But also importantly, you can bend the one side of it and then stab the shovel part into the ground, and it makes a seat.
Sure. Yeah.
Which is also fun. But if we're under a rock, I'd just like to maybe dig out a bigger area, dig out a bigger a hole underneath, so
Absolutely.
It's not as cramped.
Absolutely.
And I do all of this silently, no words.
Okay. Sika, anything you want to do in camp?
Sika is just going to make sure that his belongings are tucked away in a very good spot, and he can either not have people have good access to them, and he is exhausted because he's dehydrated still, even after having the water, and the alcohol was a bit too rich. So his body's just like, I'm used to swill. This is, and so he's just gonna go close to bed as he can. But before he does, he wants to do a check to see if there's anything unique that the witch may like around him.
Okay. Make a perception check or an investigation check. Do you want to look around, or do you want to lift rocks and sift through bushes and stuff? Because that's an investigation. A perception is just kind of peering about.
Can I do both?
You can do one or the other.
Okay. Can I roll and decide?
Sure.
I'm gonna do perception. I'm going for
Perception check.
My mouth is just failing me. Sorry, I had to get my brain to make sure I said it. Perception.
Okay.
Cool. 21.
21. Wow,
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. Okay. You find a small pile. At first, you smell it. You smell it first, and you move a little bit off to the side, and there's a small pile, and you're not sure what you're looking at. And you get a little closer, and it's a pile of hands. severed hands.
Any race specifically?
We'll get to that next episode.
Ooh! Return for the case of the hand stealer.
A
He's
matter
gonna
of
munch on you because he
hands.
was hungry.
Chat, thank you so very much for joining us this fine evening. Do give a follow so you can get notified on our 3 weekly streamed campaigns. That's right, we have 3 different campaigns a week, an episode each, and I am the DM of them all. I am the humble Dungeon Master, Sir Feffers, and it is my absolute honor to have these scallywags with me here today. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to be doing a raid, and it helps us out a ton. And welcome for all of our raiders who came in. Feff leaves us on a cliffhanger. Yeah, that's got to be on the bingo board. I do that all the time. Yeah, this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed kind of first introducing Lord Braylor at the beginning of the campaign as this good-natured nobleman who warns the party of where they're going is very corrupt, and then just to find the most vile nobleman who just is heinous. That I think was my bread and butter of this episode. Personally, I had a lot of fun with that. Hit up the Discord if you would like to join our community. Hey, what's up, Qrown? And hopefully Qrown will be back with us next episode. Very excited. I know there was a few technical problems, but fingers crossed. Goodness gracious. Head up the YouTube if you want to get caught up. We're in our 6th season, and you can find tons of episodes on the YouTube. Big shout out to Annie, who is clipping various moments of these long form campaigns and putting them down into mobile short form format, putting them up on the Instagram, and do feel free to peep the Patreon. Those have various services from yours truly, ranging anywhere from off-stream long shot games to me literally sitting down and helping you write your campaign, and various instructional moments and stuff like that. There's all sorts of stuff on there, so feel free to peep that. Modern Artifice, do check that out. 10% code long shot for a discount and a little bit of money in my pocket. Modern Artifice is awesome, guys. Giuseppe's gonna be hooking me up with some dice to give away, as well as making a line of long shot dice, which wow, we've made it, gang. This is we got dice merch for the D&D campaigns, but not yet, soon. I think that's it for now. Let me throw it over to the Ben Brainard.
Hello, I'm Ben Brainard. You can find me on the internet. I am playing Zito Barbera, the Path of Knuckle Sandwich Barbarian, and oops, I did it again. I may or may not have hit something real hard a lot, and then continued to for a while after it died. But you know what? It's fine. It's a message to the rest of the forest. So come fuck with me, I guess. I don't know. I am really excited to get to the end of this story so that I can find Robin Ashfall, and then I can be done with my contract, and then I can go talk to Hollick and Oates, whatever his name is, and let him know very kindly in every language I speak that I'm no longer a mage breaker. And he's just a boy. Anyway, I'm on tour. Come find me on tour. Go to bedbraider.com for all the information. Love you, mean it. Taylor.
Hi everyone, I'm Taylor Ann Tracy. I play Robin Ashfall. You found me. We're looking for Soren, my brother. And I'm also very excited to find him or find some way to try and make some change in the world for the good of the people that are downtrodden simply because they don't have enough pieces of shiny metal. And she is even more steadfast in that feeling today after dealing with
Your
Mama's
reaction was
boy.
priceless.
Oh man, that made me
You
mad.
insta hated. You went from like
Oh.
oh this guy could be kind of cool. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. That guy made me mad. I'm not about that vibe. I'm about the one world, one love type of vibe over here, which is really ironic because Robin also does not like the forest. She is not the type of normal druid that is all about the plants and the love of the trees and all that sort of stuff. She very much so enjoyed watching Zito beat up that tree well after it was dead. So she's excited to see where this continues to go. Check out heinefall.com. We got 3 weeks till our grand gathering is coming up. If I seem tired the next game or 2 games or 3 games, it's because I'm pulling 14 hours a day writing quests for you to play live action wise, and all that sort of stuff. So please join us. If you're even just curious, join the Discord, come meet the community. They're some of the best people I've ever met. They're super kind-hearted. They're ready to help you learn, which I feel like we don't find a lot nowadays, now that we're out of school, finding communities that help you learn the stuff that they are all about. So check us out, heinefall.com. Would love to have you. I'm going to pass it off to Shane.
Hi everyone, I'm Shane Whalley. You can find me everywhere as Shane Whalley. I play. I almost said Lorwyn. I play.
It's all folding in on itself.
I play Sika, the College of the Road Bard. He had a great time tonight. The fact that there was a risk of death was very interesting for him. But he's really happy. He's made some good money. He's going to take care of it himself, especially after seeing how Robin takes care of money. Probably never going to give her money again. And
Bear.
We know who's got the purse in the party. It's actually normal for a D&D group, is one person keeps track of the purse for everybody.
Nothing really too much stands out with Sika tonight in this episode, for the sense of because everything was just so meaty and stuff. But he is excited to meet Carl the llama, who cuts up hands and eats them. And sorry.
Oh, llamas with hats reference. I see you.
I have the rumblies in my tumblies.
You hear a distant Carl that kills people. Oh, I did not know that.
So just give people a little bit of the mindset of where he is in for being in the jungle. He has no issue being inside of a jungle. It is like a home as it is. So being there, knowing that this thing's to kill him, really exciting. So he's having a grand old time doing his thing. That's it.
Right. Love it. Gang, pile into this raid. We're going to kick it with Chameleon. I'm messing this up. Chameleon? Maybe?
Chameleon.
It's good vibes all around
Leah.
over there. And I hope you have a